Yo, shout out to Robert
What?
Burns.
Yes, sir. What is good, Canes family? We here live, and we got 25 people already in the chat. Guys, fall camp is here, and we got, the big three, wholesome one. Mind Hurricanes talk with Paul and me, your boy Anton here. I appreciate all y'all there, man. Chat is blowing up. Y'all are excited. We are excited as well.
Oh,
We
man.
have news to talk about all over the place, man. We don't have to be discussing uniforms anymore. Isn't that
Oh,
a great thing? No more uniform talk. We got cornerback battle. We
Yes.
got film. We got clips for y'all, man. We have so much stuff. But without talking about all that, we had boots on the ground right there. Your boy, Wholesome One, was there. And so I'm just going to let him take over this part. Keep us all updated with his own eyes. None of this little rumor talk. None of this, oh, we saw a clip talk. Boots on the ground. He saw the men, and he's going to let us know what is going on. So, Wholesome One, the floor is yours.
dog. Number one thing, our strength and conditioning program. Oh my God. Oh, our offensive line, defensive linemen, they did sprints before practice. No one's tired.
Wow.
Like they ran 20 yards, like get offs. And if anybody's ever played offensive defensive line, like you get your 3 point stance, you get off, you do a couple steps, and that's it. They were going full tilt. No hands on hips, no hands up here, no hands on jersey, nothing. Just to warm up.
Wow.
So the men, when we first get there, we first walk in, uh, specialists are there, and Lewis Headley is booting 60 yarders like it's no tomorrow. Like he's
That's
just
they're freaking loud, bro. Man, they're
Yeah.
like cannons.
yeah, he's booting it. And he is as advertised. Now, one thing that we could talk about is advertisement and t-shirt and shorts, and I'll get to that when we start talking about today with a particular quarterback. But t-shirt and shorts or shells is one thing, but it seems as though with Headley, no matter what we're in, he's balling. Okay, so after the first thing, we literally they started stretching. They did some quick warm up, static stretching. Went straight into 11 on. Right, the very first play of the game, y'all homie, DJ Dallas fumbles.
Man.
Dan Enos goes just tears him a new one.
Yeah.
Goes completely off on him. But you know what I love about DJ Dallas? He didn't hang his head.
Right.
He didn't hang his head.
Mhm.
He took it. He understood that he messed up. He understood that that's why he started to lose carries at the end of the season last year to Cam Harris, and all he did was just take it and keep rolling. He didn't get back into that drill until later on after the second phase. All right. Like I said, they went straight into 11 on. Um, the freshman defensive line is showing up.
Okay.
Okay, Jabari Harvey, my favorite recruit from this past season,
Yes.
he's standing next to Zach McLeod. Zach McLeod has been in our program for 4 years.
Right.
Jabari Harvey has been in there for 4 months, and they look identical.
Wow.
If not, Jabari Harvey being bigger than him.
Wow.
Like he's yoked. Mind you, this kid is on special teams. He goes off on kickoff coverage,
Mhm.
kick return, then gets in on second and third string defensive line. Don't look like it doesn't even look like he took a breath yet.
Wow. Man.
And those are the type of things. And I still got 20 more notes to go from here.
Let me touch on one little factor too. What was the weather like there during all of
Oh
this?
my
Keep that.
god,
Yeah.
yo, I'm in a green long sleeve, like sideline coach attire long sleeve,
Okay.
like the quarter zip,
Right.
and it's piping out there. I would say it had to be at least 91. It's 8:30 in the morning.
Uh huh.
Um, we sold out the 1,000 tickets as far as people having the ability to show up for free, but I think maybe only 200 to 300 showed up because it was an 8:30 a.m. type of practice instead. If it was an 8:30 p.m. practice, it would have been packed.
Right.
Right.
Like we still had enough room to get on the gate and kind of see verbatim what was going on. Number 99, the defensive tackle, it might be Holly. somebody can pull up the roster. Tell me who 99 is off the top of my head.
I'll pull
But I
up
think it
for you.
might be Harley, the defensive tackle from Georgia, flashed multiple times in inside run.
Okay.
Now, it's a mixture. And I want you all to understand when I say this. The offensive line has a lot to work on, but this offensive line is better than last year's offensive line, bar none.
Hey, that's a plus.
Bar none.
Yeah.
Their communication, and see, I'm at the gate. And
Chigozie
the
Naruka,
players-
by the way, 99.
I know.
Oh, there we
Ruka,
go.
even
My
better.
bad. Yeah, UCLA defensive tackle. That's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have known that. But Chigozie Naruka flashed multiple times. Also, go check out Paul's video. He gave you an injury update. My guy with the stick, number one, Nestor Silvera, is in a boot, so he wasn't at practice. So that opened the doors up for the younger defensive tackles, Harrison Hunt and Holly and UCLA defensive tackle, the Chigozie Naruka, to get multiple reps on second team. The first team defensive line,
Oh, gosh.
Scott Patchen is ready.
All right.
Yes, sir. Okay.
He's ready.
Okay,
He's ready.
man, let's go.
He's ready.
Man, I'm excited to see that, dude. I've been pulling for it because this is his 5th year, right? 5th year.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a fifth-year senior.
I'm excited to see this guy go off.
Oh, listen. Barring any injury, this guy's at least second team, maybe honorable mention All ACC this year.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, and he's not going up against Zion Nelson.
I was going to
He's
say,
not going up
was he
against
going
the
against
freshman.
Nelson? Who's he going
No,
against?
no. He's the left defensive end, so he's
Okay.
going up against the right tackle. He's going up
Oh,
against
what's up there?
Kyleon Herbert.
Okay.
Now, let me also tell y'all this. It was tit for tat.
Okay.
Kyleon Herbert got right with both John Garvin and Scott Patrick.
Okay.
Kyleon Herbert has turned the corner. I don't know if it might have just been the other day, but he's so light on his feet and his kickback and keeping people in front of him.
He
He's
mentioned that in his
taking the
interview.
coaching.
He's been talking to him and going in the summer verses, and he's like, man, Kyon, he's been having it at me. That was Patchen in his interview. Wow, that's
Dog,
great to hear.
they
That's
were
great to
going.
hear.
They're going at it, and that's what you want to see.
Right.
It's one thing to see the freshman flash. It's one thing to see
Right.
a sophomore flash.
Sure.
But to see a redshirt senior and a redshirt junior who have been injury prone,
Yeah.
highly sought after coming out of high school, now get their chance, and they're going at it, and it's tit for tat. It's not just Scott kicking his butt.
Right.
And it's not just Kyleon making it seem like this guy doesn't even play D1 ball. Like, Scott will make a play,
Okay.
Kyleon will blank him for the next 2 plays. Scott will make another play, he'll make another play, and then Kyleon will blank him for like the rest of that drive type of thing. It was back and forth. And before we get to a halftime, because I got about 15 more checks on here. Number 56, Mike Pinkney, is the best linebacker on our roster. Bar none.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I said
Okay.
it. I said it.
56.
I'm gonna take y'all down a drive that I watched.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mind you, this is all in opening 11. So all they've done is warm up, stretch, and 11. There's 22
Right.
periods. We're in period 2.
Okay.
Okay. Another thing is we're built for 5 quarters. The same energy you saw in the beginning of practice, dog, we got to the end, they still were flying around.
Now, let me ask you this, and I hate to interject, but have you been at practices during the Richt era?
No, and he never opened up practices like that. Like I
True.
can't sit up
Right.
here-
I do realize
True,
that, but I was
true.
curious if we saw like a difference of that to that one, because all I knew is myself as well as clips, and I'm like, even those clips, it didn't seem like that, you know? It did not
Right.
at all. Okay, continue. I'm
No,
sorry.
like I said, I'm not one of those guys that come on here and say, "Oh, well, I got connections here, I got an insider here."
Yeah.
No, I saw with my own eyes this practice
Yo.
myself. Now, when we start getting to bullet number 12, I'm gonna start hurting some feelings, especially you Tate Martell fans, because oh my God, was it bad?
Now, you were for practice, just to let everyone know, you were there Monday?
4. Yeah, I was there Monday at the
Okay.
practice on Monday.
So, we started, that's practice number 4, you're saying? And
Yeah,
he's
this
been
practice number 4.
so it's
Today was 5.
2 was supposedly the one he flashed in, and then 3 I just
No, 1 and 2. Remember, he had a great opening.
Yeah, that's right. 1 and 2 he flashed in,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 and 4 crashed.
When we went to Shells, he started to.
I gotcha.
Then we got to 4. And let me preface my statement by saying this: former Division One, a current coach right now, played Division One ball, played NAIA ball before I transferred to NDSU. There's multiple times that when you have an open practice, especially sometimes in spring games, you have people there, and there's a thing as far as like going about 80% because you don't want to embarrass the guy who we already know you're much better than. No need to go out here and embarrass him in front of his friends and family and stuff like that.
Right.
Some people may scoff at that and say, no, they go 100% every time. There's truth to that, and then there's false. Two things can be true about a statement. Okay? There are times in which we do go 110% balls to the wall, and there's also times where if it's in front of people who are free to video, like they can't tell us you can't video. Like, are you gonna come outside the gate and take my phone out of my hand and say I can't video this?
Yeah.
So they did basic stuff. I'm gonna preference everything that I'm saying. The plays that we saw 9 times out of 10 we'll probably never see on Saturday games.
Gotcha. That's
Okay.
Right.
And that's also for Tate Martell, that's for Jaron Williams, and that's for Nkosi Perry. There were no special packages. There were no special schemes. None of that stuff. They all were under center. They all played a shotgun. They all did 5-step, 3-step, 7-step drops, even 9-step drops for Tate because he's so small. He's 5'9". Okay. He came by to shake my hand. I'm 5'10" with shoes on, 5'11" build height, and I had about a solid inch over him.
Okay.
He's a wee guy. Okay.
5'9". You heard him.
But he is yoked. He's jacked, and he's built low to the ground. And he put Nkosi Perry on his back.
Wow.
They did a big cane drill, and all you heard was blur. Like they smacked into each other. They're driving, and then he picked him up. Bam! The whole crowd just was like stunned. He hit him with a Hulk Hogan scoop slam, bro. It was pretty bad.
I mean, he is the lightest quarterback of all of them, Kosi. But
he's the weight room warrior, though.
No, I'm saying Kosi.
We're talking about
Kosi's the lightest one. Oh yeah, but he's definitely the weight room warrior versus us. That was not balanced in the get go. Oh man.
But I'm getting kind of further than what I was supposed to do. Okay, so back to 56. He's the best linebacker on the team. Shaq is not too far away from him. Shaq's football IQ is on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
They did 11 on, then they went from 11 on to inside run.
Okay.
If they didn't, somebody had to whisper in Shaq's ear to tell him let them get the play off and then go make the tackle.
Right.
Because it was getting to the point where he would do a formation. They would come out in a formation. He would just shoot the gap. Like he would meet the running back at the line of scrimmage.
Oh man.
Type of thing. But it's also no tackle to the ground. It's more like thud. So I wanted everybody to also think about that. Today was the first day of full pads.
Full pads.
Yes,
Tackle
sir.
to the ground full pads.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I would have loved to have been there today because it's one thing to be a dynamic player in 707. It's one thing to be a dynamic player in Shells. But can you do it when you got all 12 pounds on? And then can that translate to Saturday nights?
And that's been Jaron's issue. Jaron is like, the 7-on-7 elite star if you just go off of that. But then when it comes to the Shells,
No, Tate Martell is a 707 warrior.
I won't make an argument, but Jaron I'm saying in practice and prior to Shells.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
He's just like, there's no art, like the ball, like everyone says it, the ball just zips is perfect. But when it comes to like adversity, like you're talking about, Shells on action, something's different. Something's not there, you know. But
I think he also needs to get his confidence boosted.
you do.
I personally think that Tate Martell's confidence from spring is what projected him into having an early success in training camp.
Okay. Yeah.
Nkosi has been the guy that's just like slowly getting better.
Yeah.
Like he's just kind of like he's just like coasting across.
Right. Upward trajectory.
Jaren is like right under him,
Mm-hmm.
and Tate Martell was way down here. He jumped up for spring game, and then he jumped up the first two practices, and he's doing like this.
Good
So we got about
inconsistent.
3 different. These two are going like this,
Uh-huh.
and Tate
It's
Martell
just
is going like
this
this.
is all over the place, man.
Yeah.
He's going up and down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 56. Pinkney must have dedicated himself to coverage.
Okay.
He had 2 plays back to back in coverage that was amazing. So they come out in 12 personnel, which is 2 tight ends and a back. Jeff Thomas to the field side, and Jeff Thomas to the short side, and KJ Osborne to the field side. And he's playing weak side linebacker, so which means that he's opposite of the tight ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the striker is where the tight ends are, and Mike Pickney is on the other side.
Right.
So Jeff Thomas is over here, and so the play had everybody coming this way.
Right.
And he fishes through all of that, realizes that Jeff Thomas is on a shallow drag underneath, comes up, instead of pops him, does a cheap shot, goes straight for the ball, swats it right out of his hands, incompletion.
Man.
Now, to some people, they may think, oh, okay, that's what he's supposed to do.
Right.
We haven't seen that out of our linebackers before.
No.
As far as them being good to great in coverage.
Right.
56 has been the only one that I've seen that's solid or really good in coverage.
How about McLeod? Because I've heard good things so far from McLeod in practice. I'm curious if you saw that yourself. Oh man, awesome. Oh man. All right, let her rip, man. What's up with McLeod?
I wish Zach McLeod the very best. I hope that he has a pretty good senior season.
Those are the 3 things I want to hear. I wish so and so the very best. If all someone's saying, okay, how do you say that?
He's just, it
Nothing there.
4-2-5 is our base, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
He would have to. He's the backup behind Shaq at middle linebacker for the 4-2-5.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also listed as a or when it comes to sharing time with Frierson at striker.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And even on our roster, he's listed as a striker.
Okay.
Romeo Finley has that job on lock.
Okay. Yeah.
But when I tell you, y'all are gonna love when we play certain teams that don't spread us out, because what they have done now is they put we're gonna be in a 4-2-5 base, but it's in some packages it looks like a 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what that means is when we went against 22 personnel, double tight and a tight end in the backfield, instead of having Romeo Finley outside shade of one of the tight ends, they moved Romeo Finley inside of the box. So we got 4 down linemen, Shaq, Pinkney, and Finley over here.
Okay.
It looked amazing with the second team because you had Gilbert Frierson at weak side linebacker, bro.
Okay.
Not in space.
Yeah.
Because it was inside run, so he was in the box.
Right.
And that his body size frame, that 6'2", is perfect for him to be inside of that box. And he made multiple plays shooting that weak side C gap in the backfield.
Okay.
Right. It looked really nice to see him there with McLeod at middle linebacker, and Stevenson, number 41, is the backup weak side linebacker. Because I didn't get a chance to see Brooks. I don't know if Brooks was maybe out or something.
Okay.
Maybe he didn't get much in the rotation. Maybe he was on scout team, but he didn't play any second team reps.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there because I remember him coming to shake our hand, but he must have been with the scout team players.
Okay.
N'Kosi Perry has worked on his touch.
Okay.
His if the question is which quarterback has the most to learn in between now and August 24th, I would say it's Tate Martell. He
Okay.
has the most to work on and the most to learn.
Okay.
If you had to go with who could be the big time playmaker out of the three, it's N'Kosi Perry.
Right.
But if you go with the person who has the touch, slight mobility, a solid arm, and a high IQ, it's Jaron Williams, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It,
sir.
it, it, it's Jaron Williams. And to be honest with you, I'm one of those people like I love being right. But
Right.
if I'm wrong and it's for the progression of a team that I love or myself, I'll take it.
Yes,
If
sir.
we trot Jaron Williams out there against the Gators, it will be tough. It'll be
Right.
tough because he has
Oh,
no game experience.
okay.
It'd be a
Okay.
learning
But
experience.
hey.
But he's the guy that will go out there and won't
Yes,
put us in
sir.
bad situations.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've seen him against blitzes. He'll take a check down.
Uh-huh.
He'll eat a sack. He
Yeah.
throws the ball away. His accuracy. He had some up and downs. Now I'm speaking about the first half of practice.
Sure.
I'm not speaking about second half. So this is when we transition from 11 on inside run. Now we're doing kind of like against air. So they're doing route combinations and they're sending in signals. And the offensive line is snapping against air. There's slide protection.
Right.
Running backs are fitting where they want to go because upcoming next is going to be blitz packages, it's going to be red zone, all that type of stuff, right? And dog, the way the ball is coming off of Koshi's hand, I could tell that um, Dan Enos has worked on his mechanics.
Yeah.
From even with him, every quarterback has been under center. The only person that looked uncomfortable was Tate Martell.
Right. Yeah. I mean.
Like Jaron Williams, the way he would take his steps,
Yeah.
like even out of a 3-step drop, like it looked beautiful. 1, 2, 3, boom, ball coming out. Then Kosi comes, 1, 2, 3, boom, ball coming out. Your guy Tate Martell comes out there, 1, 2, 3. The ball is moving like this for a simple out route.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the highlight film. He reposted on Instagram, and if you pause it, his feet look like noodles going the wrong way. Like, it is not something you want to put on a high film. Like, did he get the ball to Jeff Thomas? Yes, but that's not like good quarterback mechanics. And I'm no quarterback, but I mean, it's just he just avoided danger is what that was. Yeah.
Right.
And it may come to that if the O-line is so awful, but the O-line is getting right with Butch Berry.
No, they are not awful. And they're going against a Miami Hurricanes defensive line that's top 3 in the country.
Yeah, no question. 2 deep.
And that sometimes, dog, when it was pure pass,
Yeah.
this is going to catch people off guard. Our pass pro is better than our run pro.
Wow.
Our pass protection is better than our run protection.
And that's because
I see that.
I'm
The way
surprised.
that the chemistry, and this is what Gaynor has taken the leadership role.
Yes.
Donaldson has taken Zion Nelson under his wing. They talk before every snap. They're next to each other in the huddle, and on the way to the line of scrimmage, they're talking all the way through.
Right.
They get down the 3-point stance. Navon is like pointing stuff out to him. Hey, over here. Hey, we sliding this way. Make sure you get this person.
Let's
While
go.
Gaynor, instead of wasting time talking to Donaldson, because Donaldson's talking to Nelson, he's communicating with the right side of the offensive line, Kalyan Herbert.
Yeah.
And those. Who's the right guard?
I'm curious who they had. Was it? Let's see.
Scaife.
Scaife. I was wondering if it was going to be Scaife.
So Scaife and Herbert are communicating with Donaldson. The ball is not snapped until everybody understands what they're about to do.
Good.
Like they're
Good.
letting them have their communication.
Right.
No matter, all 3 quarterbacks did a great job at that. I will give them that. They let all 3 of their guys make every call.
Okay.
Then once Gaynor kind of like gave a nod or like a certain signal, then they'll do motions and stuff of that nature.
And I hate to
there's
interrupt you,
pre-snap.
but I'm gonna fire you up even more. We just crossed 90 people watching us on our live
Let's
mark.
go!
So You keep this rolling, man. And I appreciate all of y'all in the chat. And I know
go,
that the chat is blowing up. Hope someone doesn't see it. We're going to address that. We're going to have plenty of time. We're going to take our time on this video. We'll have a Q&A. I know y'all going to blow up, but Wholesome here is dropping gold right now. And I just wanted to give a huge shout out to him and y'all 90 people in the live chat. So that's
all
just
right,
amazing.
there we
Be
go.
sure to
We
hit
got
the
to
thumbs
keep
up.
over 100, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Make
sir.
sure you share this.
Yes.
Share this right
Tweet it
now. The
out.
host one is giving you uncut version of what happened at practice. I'm telling you everything from stretching all the way to the last rep, all the way to Manny Diaz coming and making sure he shook every fan's hand as we were on the gate.
Wow.
Took his time all the way down the line.
Wow.
Shaking our hands, hello, how you guys doing? And for the people he missed, he came back and kind of ran and gave us all like a quick five.
Nice.
Not boosters, not family parents, regular fans who took their time to get up at 6 o'clock to make it through that traffic all the way there to Coral Gables at 8:30 a.m.
That's huge. I mean, it sounds so small, but
Share
it's huge.
share this video and let everybody know, hey, New School Canes is dropping knowledge right now. You want to hear what's going on at practice?
Yes,
Come
sir.
and share this video. Hit the like button, guys. All right. Yet again, still got about 15 more bullet points to go through.
Yeah, keep it going. These are great, man.
Um, Yet again, they're having a great conversation up front.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the great part about it is all this is happening in less than 5 seconds. Like they're not sitting there waiting 10 seconds and everyone's, oh no.
No
Like,
more delay
they
of
come
games
down.
is what you're saying, man. Sick of those. No more delay of games is what you're telling me, man. I'm sick of those.
It shouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Not under Dan Enos. I think he wanted them to snap the ball within 15 seconds, to where we still have 10 seconds on the clock, to where if anything happens, we can make an audible and get there.
Yeah.
I saw double tight end motions, slot motion. I saw a wide receiver motion from outside the numbers to in the slot. I saw running back motion to slot receiver. I saw tight end motion to H-back. I saw a running back motion to a complete spread 5 wide out.
Wow.
I saw two tight ends, one move, and one get up and go to the slot.
Oh, wow.
The motions are amazing. But guess what? Not one false start penalty.
Good.
Wow.
Not one.
Good.
There's NCAA referees out here. They're not paid by the University of Miami. I think they might be paid through NCAA to be there for practice.
Yeah. No
false start penalties. No delay of games. The only thing that I saw that was a little troubling was Dan Enos had to go off a couple times on the huddle because multiple people were talking in the huddle besides the quarterback.
Okay.
And if you know football, that should never happen.
Right.
Like even if a play went bad, you shouldn't be snapping on the offensive line. You do that when we get to the sideline.
Right, sideline talk.
I also saw something before I go. This is just a teaching moment. So like I said, I'm at the gate. I had my phone out. I was filming on some things, and I'm sitting here trying to write as much as I can. I only have 2 hands, guys. Can't do everything. Something happens to where Ja'Kai Clark, he comes off the field. He's upset, so he kind of like tosses his helmet on the ground, right? But it looks as though it's something that he's used to doing in high school, to where he just like takes his helmet off, puts it on the ground, and walks away from it.
Gotcha. Not thought about it.
Brevin Jordan is on his way over there.
Sure.
He doesn't embarrass him in front of people because there's people standing right there.
Right.
He comes up. He simply says to the young man, "We don't do that. Make sure you put your helmet on. If you have it, like prop it up a little bit, but make sure you never throw your helmet on the ground. Respect that. You never throw it on the ground."
Wow.
Instead of Ja'Kai Clark, like, all right, whatever. He says, "I got you, bro." Picks it up, put on his helmet. They both jog to the water, no problem. That's something. Those guys may never come across this video. They may never hear about their story. It was probably me and like 2 other people that were right next to see that happen.
Yeah.
But to see leadership come from a sophomore like that, and having a freshman in early enrollee, freshman enrolled in, take what a sophomore just said to him. He didn't suck his teeth. He didn't yell at him. He didn't say, "Get out of my face." He listened to him, picked up his helmet, and they both walked away like nothing happened.
Amazing.
That's the type of leadership that people dream of having on their team.
Oh yeah.
And to them, it might have been small, but I started clapping because I'm like, I don't know if that stuff had ever happened before,
Right.
but
Right.
for me to see that, to hear it with my own eyes, I hear
Pretty
it with my
big.
own eyes, see it with my own eyes, and hear it with my own ears, it meant a lot to me to watch that happen.
That's huge. I mean, that's huge to me. I'm with you, man. What because I was Diaz, he had us talk about leadership being built up and having, the one leader above with guys under him. But seeing that transfer to the field already in practice times, and this is sophomores and freshmen that we're talking about, not even juniors and
Hmm.
seniors.
Right.
It's huge. That's huge. And what position does Clark play and Brevin play? I mean, they didn't even the same position groups, you know.
Right.
It's
Brevin is a tight end, and
right.
Clark, and let's also not Jakai Clark has come and take Tommy Kennedy's spot at second team center.
Oh man! By the way, I haven't even
Oh
heard
man.
Kennedy's name. I haven't even heard it.
Kennedy is highly intellectual, but
Okay.
I believe if he would have transferred a year ago, he probably could have started for us as a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
he comes to the sideline as a second team. He's talking to the second team offensive line, which is like Salante Hillary, um, John Campbell, Clark, like a mix of older and young guys,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tommy Kennedy. And at left guard is my boy Cleveland Reed, right?
Yeah.
He's like, listen, guys, when we go out there, and I'm hearing this. This is something I heard like rumor. I'm standing next to it, like as he's talking about it through the gate. They love to do this type of blitzing. They come out and they do, they're lining up one way, they're really blitzing from another way. Like, he's taking that leadership role and communicating. He may not be able to physically go out there and do it, but him taking a chance to coach up those young guys
Mm-hmm.
like John Campbell, like Cleveland Reed,
Reed. Yeah.
like Jakai Clark, and teaching them the intricacies of the game from a senior, letting them know little things that you need to key into. If just because 55 plays middle linebacker, he may not be the middle linebacker in a certain defense, meaning that you have to know who to slide the offensive line to.
Mm-hmm.
And you can call, let's say Romeo Finley is Mike, and I play center. So what that means is if that's the Mike, then now we can call our strength from where he's lined up, left or right,
Right.
depending on how many people are to the left of him or to the right of him. And so Kennedy is telling that to Clark. Clark now reiterates what he said to Cleveland Reed, and you can see Cleveland Reed like, okay, okay, all right, I got you. And Algamal is also with them right next to him, and they're all talking.
Mm-hmm.
They go out there, they didn't give up a sack in blitz against the second and 13 defense.
That's impressive because our second team defensive line is dang impressive as well.
Well, that was in that particular drill. Now, once
Okay.
Jabari Harvey started to go off, then he just
Yeah.
started to go
Is.
off. But
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying is, it transitioned from them talking straight into the very next blitz pickup period, and they did a great job.
Wow.
Um, okay, so my Tate Martell fans, you're about to be mad.
Both in
Um,
clove.
horrible. It had a horrible first half of practice.
Uh-huh.
After he pancaked Nkosi Perry, he turned into a different man.
Hmm.
Then we got to see what Ohio State might have let go. Come down to Miami. Because this man started to make some big time plays.
Miami Martell. Uh-huh. Okay.
Y'all, like, even you know me, I'm talking about smack on the sideline. I'm like, this is the guy that y'all telling me about? Oh my God. He goes out there in the next 11 on 11 on period. No, excuse me. This is 7 on. So the offensive defensive line are somewhere else.
Okay.
He started wheeling. He made so a post corner on the short side of the field. So the wide receiver goes up for a post and then he breaks it back out
Mm-hmm.
35 yards, puts it on a liner, boom,
Mm-hmm.
hits Mike Harley right. Like if he couldn't have caught it, no one else was going out of bounds.
Wow.
Beautiful 1 foot in. Then hurries everyone up to the line of scrimmage and he throws a slant right across the middle to KJ Osborne for a touchdown. Back-to-back plays against the first team defense.
Wow.
Then Jaron goes out there, does his thing. Kosi goes out there. He does okay. Tate comes back out. But see, the thing is about Tate, he's not one of those guys to where on his second and third read, he can go for the deep ball. He has to throw the deep ball immediately. So what he did was he moved the safety with his eyes. As soon as he took that fifth step, he threw the deep ball because he had to lead KJ Osborne. It was incomplete, but it was nice to see him throw 40 yards and the ball didn't wobble.
Uh-huh.
Then he tried to throw a simple out route that got almost picked off, and his confidence, he went back in the hole.
Hmm.
He started to make a hole. His ball started to wobble again. But whenever he was in shotgun, his ball was nice. When he had to take those 5, 7, and 9 step drops from under center, it wasn't his mechanics are all off, man.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mike Harley had 3 drops. His hands are 50-50, man.
Right.
Mark Pope is a future top 50 pick.
Is he?
They did one-on-ones, wide receiver. You know me, I usually like going to one-on-one,
Yeah,
O-line,
yeah, yeah,
D-line.
yeah.
Right.
But I decided, let me go over here and watch the O-line, the wide receivers and DBs.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed. There's
No,
some things
yeah.
that worry me, but I was thoroughly
Fire,
impressed.
fire, fire.
Um,
Keep grinding,
Al
fellas.
Blaze Jr. has
100,
come to play.
100.
Hey, I'm gonna interrupt you for a second. NNDTV with a $4 donation. New School Canes put 3 fires. Keep grinding, fellas, with the 100. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the support. $4, man. Wholesome one dropping here wisdom. All right, sorry to interrupt you. But
Appreciate you,
gotta
NMD.
shout him
Appreciate
out.
you.
Gotta shout him out.
Thank you for being in the chat, man. You know,
And 98 live.
99. I got 99.
One more person, y'all. We're about to hit 100. Huge shout out to y'all. Appreciate it so much. Hit the thumbs up. I hate to interrupt you, man. You're wrong with it, but I hate to interrupt you.
no, you good. Thank God I got notes instead of trying to go off memory here. Um, Mark Pope is a beast, man. He had some issues when he went against Bandy. He had some issues when he Bandy was probably the only person that kind of gave him problems. He went against Christian Williams.
I was gonna ask about how's Christian Williams doing? Not good at when it's Pope. Is that the answer?
Christian Williams did good, but I can tell
100.
Woo! Let's go! There it is. There it is. I appreciate
We
it.
broke
man.
it.
Y'all shit
Is that
so
a
bad.
high
Stop
score
time.
for us?
That's a high score for us. We hit 100. That's a high score, man. We're getting this Tuesday night in with 100 people.
Hello?
I hear you.
Okay, yeah, my headsets are doing some crazy stuff. I don't know what's
Are you
going on
good?
now. Anyway, that's the devil trying to stop me from giving y'all this blessings right now. Um, can you guys hear me?
I hear
Yes,
you, man.
you're good.
Okay, yeah. It keeps blinking. Like I don't know what's going on. All right. So Christian Williams,
Mhm.
he took coaching. He took
Okay.
like I saw him get yelled at
Okay.
a couple times. He went out there and did what coach told him to do, and he made the play.
Very cool.
To Corey Couch, oh, nah. Yo,
Really?
whoever went and recruited this guy and said, I don't care about his height, I don't care about me. This kid is a dog.
Yeah.
He's up to like 260 now. 260. He's out to like 160, 170.
Okay, I was like, hold on a second. That's like, wait. Okay. One second.
And well,
Yeah.
he carries it really well. His speed has stayed the same.
Mhm.
And Nigel Bethel made a lot of mistakes. He has to learn corner because he really just used his speed and kind of like let people run past him because they couldn't keep running. They couldn't pull away from him. He would just kind of track the ball and either pick it or swat it. He has to learn a technique, but he goes up against K, right? And the ball was underthrown by Kosi. To see Nigel Bethel keep fighting all the way through. Hello?
It's getting you in and out. It's getting in and out, man. I don't know if you're better.
Okay, hold on.
he about to tweak something. And Donnie Hudson with a $2 donation, dude. I appreciate it so much, man. Appreciate it. We had about 105 people, so he's taking a little break, doing a little battery upgrade.
107.
107, man. All right, Wholesome, you getting it tweaked up? Say something. Let's do a voice.
Hello.
All right,
Hello.
we hear you good.
You good.
Okay. I don't know what is going on. Anyway, what was the last thing you guys heard?
Nigel Bethel, and you're talking about KJ Osborne running around.
Nigel Bethel was going up against KJ Osborne.
Okay.
He went up against a post, and he was beat. The ball was underthrown. So as a corner, that's not your fault. The ball's underthrown, you still play it. Played it well. KJ Osborne goes up, catches it. He comes down. This is what was on Twitter. And Nigel rakes it out. They hit the ground, ball incomplete.
Wow.
Mike runs from the opposite end of the field. And he's like jumping on top of him because this is a 17-year-old kid going up against a 23-year-old man.
Yeah.
He did not back down. Although the catch was made, although the ball was thrown, like underthrown, he fought all the way through, raked the ball out at the end, and completion.
Wow. Effort play.
Effort. And then, they were throwing flags. So it was no PI. Al Blaze Jr., they had him on punt return. They had him on kick return. Not returning punts, but like coverage and kickoff coverage. He was the one that made it to 20 miles per hour a couple times and made Feely do some push-ups. So the crowd kind of clapped him up for that one. He was pretty hot. He was pretty amped up about it. But Blades got in Jeff Thomas's face multiple times.
Wow.
Fresh style. He got beat. He got routed up sometimes. But every single rep, he was, I want Jeff. I want Jeff.
Man.
Or I want KJ. Or I want D. Like he's going from nickel to short side to boundary to field side. Like he off, press, show, and then bail. Like everything he was doing practicing. And he won some reps, he lost some reps.
Does your opinion change of him possibly starting next to Bandy now?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Absolutely. DJ Ivy has to show me something.
Because
what I saw Monday, somebody who is blessed to be a first teamer right now, and he's not giving up that job.
Okay.
Like if it's up to him, he will start against Florida.
Okay.
Right.
Now here comes some bad things.
All right.
I'm not happy about our safeties and coverage. Our safeties and man coverage is tough. Everybody, when they did one-on-ones, everybody was flat-footed. Like, and what that means by flat-footed, let me explain to you all. So, the game of football is really supposed to be played on your toes. Okay. Even at offensive, defensive line, you're never supposed to put your heel in the ground because try this at home. Put your heels and then try to keep your balance. It doesn't work like that. If someone's pushing you, if someone's pushing you or running at you, and you're on your heels, you're going to fall. So what they mean by toes, we're not talking Michael Jackson style, Billie Jean. No, what we mean is like at least like on the balls of your feet, and your heels are off the ground a slight bit, and you're able to quick move, right? All our safeties had all cleat completely on the ground. Flat-footed monsters across the board.
Gosh.
Romeo Finley, Derek Smith, except for Hall.
Yeah, Hall. Now
Okay.
I saw flash plays and heard good stuff of Smith picking up Tate a couple of times, but I don't know if that was just kind of a situation type of thing.
No, he dropped that. I don't know who told you that he caught that interception.
He dropped one is what I saw, and then he caught another one a second time is what I heard. I don't know if this is the same practice too.
Okay, it might have been a second practice, but I didn't see interceptions at this practice.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good problem.
Right. Well, it was bad because Nigel Bethel and Derek Smith could have had pick sixes and they dropped them in the
Okay, then I don't want to say
yeah.
Man.
And see, that's the thing. Like Nigel. Oh, sorry, Paul. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask, how's Derek Smith doing?
Derek Smith is flashing, and it's good to hear about him flashing. Yes. Because whenever he's coming down, like when we do cover 3, and he's coming down in the seams, he's gonna knock somebody's socks off.
Man, that's great to see. That's
He
great to hear.
he's gonna have some hedge roll.
Yes, sir. And Slim
'Cause
Shady
he
Kings
was
with a $5 donation saying, "Thank you, Whole Salon."
hey.
Been saying all season, don't sleep on Blades to legacy quarterback of the
You
way.
fan?
Yes, he has. He has. I will give Slim Shady that. He definitely has said that multiple times. Um. Okay, I have about 5 to 8 more. Do you want me to just keep going, or you want to like do a Q&A a little bit first?
I got one question to ask
Go
because
for
I
it.
haven't
Okay.
heard it, and I'm dying to hear from it. Trayvon Hill.
Oh, listen.
Yes.
I coach defensive line. I would love to have Trevon Hill for just one practice.
Yeah.
Yo, this man put a spin move on Zion Nelson. Zion is still falling backwards. Do you hear me?
Oh my gosh.
Yo, I don't know if because y'all have never played in the interior defensive line.
No.
Oh, and this was at 3 technique. In our NASCAR package, he goes into D tackle.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Bro. He got off the line. And as a former defensive tackle, like you can see it. See it like, oh, he's setting them up.
Uh-huh.
Because the first 2 plays, he goes like around. So he's forcing them. What that means is you're getting the offensive lineman to kick.
Mm-hmm.
So you're forcing them to bail. The term is bail, meaning like, okay, this guy's faster than me. I have to kick back as far as I can to beat him to this point, right? So Zion is a great pass rusher, pass blocking guy,
Mm-hmm.
which is surprising because he played in a triple option and all they did was run block. But he's very nimble on his feet and he can shuffle with no problem.
Right.
Trevon Hill got to this outside shoulder and forced him to turn his hips like this. Oh my God. Dog, he came in with a club around the so he's coming in at him like this. He hit him with a spin like this. Dog. Oh my God. I was on the gate going, oh my God.
He about to do his
Dog.
Ray Lewis dance.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But they weren't calling sacks. And that's another thing I like about Coach Stroud and Coach Dan Enos.
Okay.
Let the play keep going. We know you beat the offensive lineman, but we want to get the rest of the play going.
Okay.
And I didn't understand that as a player. You know, I always thought, hey, I got him. Like, give me my respect.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone saw that you beat the offensive lineman. Everyone saw that you were going to make the sack. But let the quarterback keep going. Nobody touched the quarterback. Not one. Like, they were in their way. They could have sacked him.
Yeah.
But they'll just keep jogging past him just to know that they could have made the sack.
Yeah. Let them know.
That's with Jaron, that's with Kosi, and that's with Tate. All 3 times, nobody hit a quarterback unnecessarily. No cheap shots, no crackbacks. Offensive linemen, if they were beat, they weren't like yanking people and holding them. Nobody was complaining about holding. All those things you see on like Last Chance U or that you hear in Hard Knocks. This was, and it might have been for a show, but it was a clean practice.
Wow.
You might have had some people who were better than other people, but they didn't go out there and just embarrass them just to like slam their face into the dirt or get a 15-yard penalty, nothing like that. It was a very clean practice that I saw.
Very good to hear. And also 125 people live. So if that is just huge, man. Breaking all the records, y'all. Appreciate it so much, y'all watching here. Man, oh my gosh. I'm scared when I open the phone lines. I'm scared, man.
I don't know what we're going to do next year because our wide receiver core is going to be sick.
Yeah.
Brian Hightower, Hope, and Wiggins.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and don't forget Jeremiah Payton.
Yes, of course. My boy.
Bro, we did one-on-ones.
Uh-huh.
Brian Hightower looks like a middle linebacker. He's a tall, wide, like he's a very thick dude.
Yeah.
And he's so nimble on his feet. Like he's not just a fade route guy.
Okay.
They gave him an out and up looked like he was a slot guy. He moved just as quick as a slot receiver.
Okay.
And so the ball is a tad bit overthrown, and it kind of looked like a Madden animation. So like the DB is right here. He catches the ball at the highest point right under, brings it in, rolls over, hands it to the ref, helps the DB up, and they just walk back. Like he didn't just make an amazing play, you know.
Man.
And that's what you want to see, man. And I know this is one practice.
Mhm.
I know some people might think I could be over exaggerating, but I'm not. I'm a real dude, and if I see something I don't like or see something that needs to be addressed, I'm gonna say there's more negative stuff. But the good stuff that I saw really makes me think this is a 9-10 win season right now.
Okay.
Like day 4 of camp is a 9 or 10 win team right now.
Wow. And I don't want to
Good.
remember Ben Pratt with a $5 donation, dude. I appreciate it so much. He didn't add any message, but great to see you, man. I haven't seen you before in the chat.
Ben
Lots of-
Pratt, good to see you, man. He's always a supporter across all our channels.
Great to see you, man. And yeah, I was gonna say someone in the chat mentioned, and I know y'all are dying in the chat for a Q&A. I just want Wholesome to finish the whole story and y'all get at it. But someone asked, and this is kind of the reason I'm bringing up is what you're talking about is, are you more surprised and impressed after being to practice about where this team is at than you were before? Like, were you?
Absolutely. I had my ups and downs. There were times that I'm thinking, this is 11-1. The U is back. We're going to hit heads. There's times where I'm like, oh, this might be a 9-3 type squad. But to go out there and watch all three of these quarterbacks, to go out there and watch how Butch Berry coaches this offensive line, to watch a talented defensive line actually show up, to watch our wide receiving core have some drops, but they didn't let it linger throughout the entire practice. Most of our drops were against air, and then when we had 7-on-7 one-on-ones and 11 on, they made the catches. Mike Harley,
Let's go.
I was hot at Mike Harley the first half of the practice.
Uh-huh.
Then this man come out making one-handed slide catch him, double tap on the sideline. I'm like, what was? But I would much rather him do that at 11 on than him do that against air.
Yeah.
Right.
So once he got his mind and everything refocused in,
Mm-hmm.
the sky was the limit for him. And this is bad, but it's a good thing. Jeff Thomas did get hurt at this practice and had to sit out. So what that means is Mike Harley got a lot more reps.
Okay.
Mark
Right.
Pope got a lot more reps. Brian Hightower got a lot more reps. D. Wiggins got a lot more reps. And all of them made and took advantage of those reps and took advantage of the opportunity.
It's great to not be a one person weapon, and that's not even. We're not talking about Osborne, you know. Like to see that, hey, we have this leadership that's teaching the guys under the wings and everyone being productive. Man, I'm just ecstatic to hear that about Wiggins even and all of them because they've been quiet, man.
And you know, Wiggins is a starter.
Yeah, but
KJ Osborne is in the slot.
gosh,
It's Jeff outside.
hmm
KJ Osborne on the slot. D. Wiggins on to the field side.
okay,
And he's not. It wasn't like, oh, he's just out there because he's been a weight room warrior. He made a lot of plays against Vandy. He made plenty of plays against Blades. He made plenty of plays against Ivy. That made me go, whoa, D. Okay, D. I like it. And just backtrack a little bit. The wide receiver drills look completely different under Coach Stubblefield.
Okay, explain. I'm dying to hear about this.
So there's this one drill that a lot of people don't. It's just a fade route drill. But what he did was one side of the field he had the taller wide receivers high point.
Okay.
So he was teaching guys like David Njoku, Evidence Njoku,
Right.
Brian Hightower, even the tight ends were over there. So you had Will Mallory, guys like that were working on how to high point and come down safely. And how to, when you catch the ball, don't bring it straight down to your chest because the DB's hand is in here. Get the ball, turn, and come down. Get away from the defensive back. And the way that they were breaking it down, I'm like, wow, this is great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side, they were teaching them how to over-shoulder catch fade routes.
Right.
So your smaller guys, your Jeff Thomases,
yeah.
your Jeremiah Paytons, even though I thought he would be in the high point, but he was over on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Your KJ Osborne, they were working on how to come across. The slots were working on how to come across and catch with hand, not with body, catch with hand a slant in the red zone, knowing that they and what they would have is have walk on stand like they're middle linebackers. You have to catch it in the window, catch it, bring it in, go to the ground, touchdown. Catch it, bring it in, go to the ground, touchdown. Because you're in the red zone.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
no need to stand up because then you're gonna get popped. Now the ball gets knocked out.
Yep. Now you got a touchback on you.
Um, then like I said, over the shoulder. So and over the shoulder is hard because you're running and you're running forward and then you fade out this way. And now you have to
Right.
recognize, is it my right shoulder or is it my left shoulder? And you
Right.
also have to recognize you got to put your elbows together when you're catching a fade route. You
Yeah.
can't catch it like this because it'll go straight through your hands.
Right.
So they're working on putting their elbows together.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're going over your right shoulder, you have to have your hands a certain position so that the ball falls at an angle right in between your elbows.
Dang, they
And
go.
the same thing on the other side.
Uh-huh.
So all those little details Stubblefield is teaching,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
they're working on it. And then when they went on one-on-ones, you saw our guys do those things.
Wow.
And if I can hear that from where I was at and visualize them doing it, and then they transition it to 11 on, they transition it to 7-on-7. That's the job of a coach
Yeah.
to teach, communicate, and develop. That's it right there.
Yes, sir. Wow. Man, I'm so glad,
Yeah.
man, because we all did. We all had our doubts. We were wondering with these jobs. That's great to hear, man. And I
Yeah,
love that
it
they're
was
splitting
nice.
it. Like you said, they're playing to the personnel type. I mean, they're splitting the wide receivers based on height now. That's great.
Right, and then so they would all switch because you never know. You might be a tight end on a slant.
Right.
So
Right.
then you would go from the high point to slant, and then to over the shoulder. Then the people who are over the shoulder would go to high point slant. So everybody's moving, getting a couple minutes at each job, and understanding it's a different way to catch the ball based on position, body placement, and ball placement. How you bring the football in. And it was amazing to watch, honestly. Like
Yeah.
it was great to be able to watch that. Now let's talk special teams.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, Lewis Headley kind of left practice midway through, but when he was in, so we were back on our 20-yard line and we had to punt.
Mm-hmm.
He punted to the other 35.
Wow.
Bruh, I'm gritting.
Then after that, we were in our 10. He punted to the other 20.
God.
Like he's forcing Pat Bethel to have to.
Back up.
Yeah.
And the crowd is just going like,
Oh man, I bet.
you need
I
that.
bet.
Like, like forcing the field, forcing someone to have to drive 60 to 80 instead of 40
Mm-hmm.
to score,
That hidden numbers.
or even having them to force to drive 50 to even get in field goal range.
Right.
That is amazing. And if you take a top 3 defense and you give them good field position also,
Man.
sky's the limit.
And I'll have to shout out Michael Barron with the $9.54 donation. Great content. Keep it coming. Let's go, Canes. Those of you up in 100. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it so much, man. It's huge, huge. These donations, man. And we almost hit 130 there for a second at live, man. So we're breaking records and crashing it, man. All right, special teams. Keep going. Hey, it's up to you. I want to hear all this. Is great, man. Gosh.
So Bubba Baxa.
Okay.
Now this was good.
Yeah.
So the coaches, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a practice or you ever been in a college. It's really loud. So the defense is yelling, trying to make noise to simulate, while the offense is on the field, while they're motioning, while they're doing their gestures. The defense, because the offense was on the outside line
Okay.
where the fans were. In the field,
Right.
the coach is behind them, and the defense is on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Before I even go into this, our coaches truly care. Dan Enos, instead of going off on players, he's going off on the coach. It's your job. Who's going to coach this guy? Is anybody going to coach this guy? Is anybody? I tell you what to do. It's your job to teach them. Instead of Coach Butch Berry or Coach, I'm going to get into Coach Fields in a second.
Okay.
He is a cornerstone of this program that we better keep for the next 10 years.
Wow.
Wow.
We better keep Coach Stephen Fields.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get into him. Okay, so to go back to the coaches. The way that it wasn't about screaming. It wasn't about yelling. It wasn't about demeaning. And yet again, this is in front of people. I don't know what they do in a carousel. I don't know what they do when no one's out there.
Hmm.
And of course, some of the coaches did get fired up and yell at players like DJ Dallas that got fumbled. They chewed him out. Um, Larry Hodges, who dropped a simple out route, chewed him out. Stuff like that, they get yelled at for. Um, but it was nice to see the players run over, pick the other player up instead of like adding on to the chew out.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Um, so Dan Enos is like he's sending in hand signals. So what happened was he'll tell the quarterback to play. Quarterback goes to the huddle, gets to play, and then like they'll look over to the sideline and they're still doing like hand signals or whatever. Which 9 times out of 10 is probably dummy hand signals.
Hmm.
Um, so they get to play. The defense is going, oh, like they're yelling, trying to simulate some sound.
Yeah.
And so they get a motion or whatever. It's third and 12. They get a nice seam route to Will Mallory, but they don't get the first down. Bubba Baxter comes on the field. He lines up for a 40-yarder. No, it felt like a game because like the offensive players are screaming at him too. Defensive, like they're trying to really like simulate a
Yeah.
game environment.
Yeah.
The fans are quiet because we're like, God,
Yeah, cheer your
please,
nails out,
man.
man.
He boots it, and it's like the ball was in the air. It felt like it was like 10 minutes. The ball was in the air. It makes it over the upright. We all go bananas. Like,
Oh, man.
he does that. Everybody goes crazy, happy for him. But Dan Enos is like, no, I wanted a touchdown, but great job, kid.
That's an
So,
offensive coordinator for you. Yes, sir.
right,
That's
right.
I'm on
So
points.
that was a 40-yarder, right?
Uh-huh.
Then they go out, they stall out, and the coaches are yelling, second team field goal, second team field goal. Bubba Baxter goes back out there again. Now I don't know about the measurements of our practice field, so I'm kind of guesstimating this because it was close to the logo. Again, he lines up. This probably was like at least a 53 yarder.
I heard it was a 55. Like
Okay, 55. All right,
55
yeah.
is
So I
what they
think it
were.
was 40,
They said
47 and
they said a
55.
55 one. They said I didn't see
Okay.
it.
So 47 was the first one, and then 55 is the one I'm talking about now.
Uh
So we're all on the sideline. We're like, I don't know about this one.
huh.
Kind of far. No, everybody's yelling at the kid again. Oh,
Yeah.
he steps up. Boom. It went up kind of high at first because when you kick far field goals, you want it to go out,
Yeah.
out and up. He kicked it up high, and then it kept going. So we're all like, okay, okay, okay.
10 minutes later.
But it made it right over the bar when everybody goes crazy again.
Oh
So
man.
he was 2 of 2 on field
Woo!
goals. Special teams. Special teams was good.
And Jay the U Family Blaze
The
with
U
$10
family.
donation. He says, we ready. Hashtag TNM. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We hitting 55 yarders out here. We definitely ready. Man. Oh.
Yeah, man. So now we get to the second. This is probably like rep 15. Well, it's 15 of 22. So they
Okay.
go back to 11 on 11. N'Kosi Perry kind of shined at this point. He kind of got his things together. But the guy who had the most touch, whether it was a slant, whether it was an out, whether it was a deep ball, whether it was a post, was Jaron Williams.
Yes,
Wow.
sir. Yes, sir.
But when we were in deep territory
Uh-huh.
and it was third and long, N'Kosi Perry's arm got us out of a lot of pickles.
Mm,
And the velocity in which he throws the ball
yeah.
and how it comes off, it,
Nothing like it.
it's nothing like it. He fitted in between 2 safeties. Nobody else on the team could have made that throw.
Yeah, he's got the
The,
can.
the,
No denying. Like, these.
the way he hit a post down the seam to D Wiggins, both the safeties come down, and it was like, pop, like hit, you could hear it, pop. It slammed right in between both of them, touchdown.
Man.
Um, Tate Martell was a lot more accurate on his short routes.
Okay.
Um, and it was amazing to see Miami with a drag route. I'm also bring up this play here that I talked to Paul about. I want you all to visualize this in your head, okay? So KJ Osborne is in the slot. Will Mallory is that tight end. Jeff Thomas is on the far side wide receiver. D Wiggins is on this side over here. Okay, guys? It's crossing routes. I'm gonna warn you right now. So the slot receiver had a deep drag. KJ Osborne has a real deep drag. Right up under him is Will Mallory with a deep drag underneath. D Wiggins has a deep post on top of all of that.
Oh, good gosh.
Guess what route? And I'll get to what happens in the backfield. Guess what route Jeff Thomas has? A shallow drag. Right up under all of that mess is
Oh,
Jeff
good
Thomas
Damn.
gosh.
across the middle.
JT.
So everyone's backing up, back, and all you see is Jeff Thomas come across the middle.
Zoop.
Right?
And that
Listen to this. You would have thought it was a run play because it was play action. So Realish is a fullback right there, Realish George.
Right.
Cam Harris is at running back. It was a play action draw. So of course they come up like this. Realish George goes right up the middle. Looks like it's a run play. Looks like it's a lead draw, but it's a play action.
Mhm.
So the offensive line slams together. Realish George runs through the offensive line. So does Cam Harris runs through it too. A beautiful play action by N'Kosi Perry, and all he does is turn his hips. Beautiful touch pass to Jeff Thomas across the middle, 15-yard gain on a drag.
Yes. Oh, God.
We have been begging
Oh,
for
yeah.
drags and
yes.
screens and getting our athletes in space. And Dan Eno showed a snippet of it,
Mm-hmm.
just a snippet of it today.
What do you see from Robert Burns? Jay, the U family Blaze wanted to know.
Yes.
I was wrong.
Wow.
I was wrong.
Oh.
I was wrong. Robert Burns, healthy, will take reps from any running back on this roster.
Wow.
That kid, so humble, great weight room guy, and if he could ever stay healthy, would be our definite third down back,
Okay.
like third and short. And I know this guy plays for another team, but he has the build of a Trent Harris. So excuse me, Trent Richardson from Alabama.
I got you. Yeah, Alabama.
Like
Really?
the man thighs look like Anton's whole body.
Freaking tree trucks, man.
Him and Cam Harris are built the same. Waist down, they are just. I mean, it sounds really weird, but we're speaking football terms here, not weird terms. But they are built ginormous.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Lingard was working on injury a lot. And I have a couple notes here, and then we'll go into a Q&A.
Yeah.
I've gotten towards the end of it. Javari Harvey will be a future first-team All-ACC defense.
There you go.
Hey.
Shakai Clark is at least a second team All-ACC center
Okay.
later on in his career. Trevon Hill will be first-team defensive end this year. Him and John Garvin will have 20 sacks together.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh. This is gonna be scary going against those guys.
That's not even adding into what Scott Patchen's first two steps. Don't forget he's 6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Ford, run game, good to great. He has to work on his pass rush.
Okay.
These are like my quick notes.
Mhm.
Gregory Rousseau,
The spider.
dog, he walks on the field, and you're like, who misplaced a basketball player? He's towering over everybody.
Man.
But this was the perfect time for him to transition from Fielder's weight room to David Philly, because they took the muscle mass that Fielder put on him and just cut it up. Like the dude shook my hand and it swallowed. And I wear 2X gloves. Oh, I have big hands. It swallowed my hand. Like
Gosh.
he is big. Now the bad part about it was he didn't get a chance to get into any drills. I think he might be nursing an injury.
Yeah, I haven't.
Um,
He definitely hasn't been
because
posted as much.
he hasn't been in the rotation. But Chavari Harvey was giving John Campbell problems left and right in practice.
Wow. There you go.
Flying,
Freshman.
he'll fly past him. He'll bull rush him. He'll double swim over him. He'll bull swim over him. Um, Chavari Harvey is going to be a beast. Will Mallory, to be honest with you, might be the best tight end in the country.
Better than Jordan. I ain't gonna say it because you
Wow.
called me out. I said it. I said it. A crazy statement would be
Best in the
being Jordan.
country? You think so?
Okay, maybe not in 2019, but definitely 2020.
20.
He's the number one
Okay.
tight end in the country. Brevin Jordan has it because Brevin Jordan's leadership, Brevin Jordan's like he's not even a run blocker, but his I've seen him like dig his nose and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I was talking to Pedro. Now Pedro, my family, he hops in on a lot of our videos and has his comments. He gave me a great comparison. Now I always said that we got the second coming of Shockey when it came to Will Mallory.
Yeah.
But I have to give Pedro his credit. He gave me a different comparison that really sat with me. We have the second coming of Greg Olson
Oh. Yeah.
as
Wow.
far as being a balanced tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Solid in the run, but even better when it comes to pass. Because Shockey was just a dog. Like Shockey was basically a right tackle that could catch the ball, and you couldn't tackle him at open field.
Yeah.
Because Shockey's run blocking was amazing.
Yeah.
But Will Mallory, even the first team defense, he was a problem for them. He'll catch the ball instantly, stiff arming people, shaking people. If it was full pass, he probably would have ran Bandy flat over. Because Bandy like came up to try to like simulate a tackle, and you could see he wanted to like, but instead he just like
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
stiffed him.
Yeah.
Um,
Man.
any other quick? Because I'm done with my notes. But any other thing that I could think of?
Oh, here
Top of my
I
head?
got one that someone texted me in and all that. I guess they're talking about second team defensive tackles, the freshman guys that are there from New York and all that. They're curious about them.
I didn't really get a chance to see much of them make any noise, but the second team defensive line was Harvey on one end,
Mm-hmm.
um, Hill on the other side, with Jordan Miller and Inaruka 99.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing to see Jakai Clark and Jordan Miller go at it in inside run, and it was a stalemate almost every time.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
in some people's mind, that's caused the pause for Jordan Miller,
Right.
but to me, that makes me think we got a diamond in the rough at center
Yeah. Yeah.
because it wasn't like stalemate and then everybody just stays at the line of scrimmage. What I mean by stalemate is like Jordan will push him back sometimes. Jakai Clark will use his technique and move his hips and move his shoulder to block him from being able to get on the other side type thing. So it was a
Right.
tit for tat, back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
Um, but Harvey does it in run and pass, and John Garvin will lead the ACC in sacks this season.
Yes,
You heard it
sir.
here first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
John Garvin will lead the ACC in sacks this year.
Who gets more, him or Hill? How close will it be? Tell
I
me.
say they'll both. I think they'll be within 3 to 4 sacks of each other, but I gotta have Garvin
Yeah.
because I think Hill will be because they're using him as like in the NASCAR package on third down.
Yeah.
I don't know if Hill will start. He might start, but Scott Patchett is the total package.
Wow.
He's the total package. Scott Patchen is a guy that'll go out. He'll probably have like 5 or 6 sacks this year. Get drafted. He's like Chicolo. He'll get drafted late. Oh, and I don't know if people notice this, but Anthony Chicolo is still on the team 6 years later.
Yeah.
Right. Same
Scott Patton,
organization too.
right? It's not like he's getting, and he's averaging 3 sacks a season. He'll get in and do it. He'll just do his job.
Yes, sir.
But Scott Patton, he's the person. Everyone's talking about Trevon Hill. Everyone's talking about John Garvin. Those guys to me are proven. But what I saw from Scott Patton was an amazing. It was amazing to see that because I loved him out of IMG.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as call him Joey Bosa, but I basically saw. To me, I felt like we had our second chance at an Anthony Chickalo. And if we could get this guy in a 4-3, he can go out there and ball. And then he also goes out there and changes his number to 71. So, he even looked like Chickalo out there. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll take the Q&A at this point while I grab some.
All right, it's
something
gonna
to
blow up. We have 145 people watching live. I had phone calls going in all the time, texts and everything. But y'all heard them. I know y'all are gonna blow up. So
Yeah.
I want to let Wholesome One talk more on this one, so I'm going to try to do first off chats and stuff in general. Try to do a poll, because I have 145 people, and I know there's going to be 145 questions. We can't get through to that tonight. So, y'all throw up your big popular questions. Me and Paul are going to try to pick and choose through them, get the top ones, and then maybe we'll throw in a couple of calls in that. How does that sound to y'all? Y'all down with that?
All right, let's do it.
Because we got so much to cover. I want to get the best one. So, I'm going to look through this. I'm going to let Paul, you choose one out. Pick one out that you see you want to go first. And we're going to be watching. Y'all keep throwing it down in the chat, discussions and all that. And we'll see whatever catches our attention. We'll try to bring it up. Y'all go for it. Y'all just rip it through. There's 145 of y'all.
So, first one that stood out to me, Jay the U Family Blaze said, do you think Zion Nelson can knock down the tackle spot over John Campbell? And that is a great question to ask because Wholesome One was talking to me about that. And he honestly believes that this is kind of something that the staff is using to pump up John Campbell to win that starting job, to elevate his play, to work to his full potential. I personally will not be surprised if John Campbell slips in the official sponsor of New School Flanagan's Bar and Grill.
Yes, sir.
Gotta love it. But
I mean, we're all 21 plus here, guys, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Paul.
I would not be surprised if John Campbell makes a late push and starts over Zion Nelson, and it's a rotating co-starter job week by week, rotating snaps with John Campbell and Zion Nelson. But still, it's a nice 1-2 punch with that.
I just got a great text because you did mention this and we didn't get back to it, I believe. They were saying, 561 number, Wholesome to speak his thoughts on Coach Fields because you touched on it, but you didn't explain on the legend for 10 years. So here you go. Coach Fields.
Listen, I don't care if we go 2 hours tonight. This is one of those shows where I was on campus. I got to see a practice. I will give you all whatever I have. And that's why I made sure I took my notes. Coach Fields is a blessing. A blessing. He's a tenacious recruiter.
Oh, yeah.
But once he gets the kids in, he's yelling at you. He's going off on you, but he's doing it in a way that uplifts you.
Wow.
So, I'll talk about the time that Will Mallory dropped the pass. It's rare. And it was a simple mental thing. He dropped like a deep end, right? Stephen Fields goes bananas. You're a first rounder. What are you doing? You're the best thing on this field. What are you doing? You're the man. Catch the football. Catch the football. Will Mallory didn't drop a pass for the rest of the time.
Yes, sir. Oh, gosh. Oh,
Goes off on him, but what he's doing is he's not yelling and saying you suck. He's yelling you're a first rounder. He's not yelling and saying you don't deserve a Miami scholarship. He's saying you're the best on this field. He's yelling positive stuff to this man, and it really changed. It changed Will Mallory for the better. Larry Hodges goes in there, the freshman. He made some mistakes as far as dropping the ball and not blocking the right people.
yeah.
Coach Enos yells, "Who's gonna coach this guy?" You know what Stephen Fields does? Runs from the other side of the field. "I'm gonna coach him, coach. Come on over here. Let me talk to you."
Wow.
In front of everybody.
Wow.
He didn't pull him to the side and say, "You freaking suck. I don't know why we brought you here." He's talking and pointing to him calmly because you can see it. He's a fiery coach, but he understands this is a freshman. He's pointing out to him.
Mm-hmm.
Watch. You could see kind of like mouthing, basically saying like, "Watch the older guys and do exactly what they do when you get in." When he motions his leg back, you're a part of the double tight end. You got to come all the way over, and now you're gonna do a like a zig or an out or whatever.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm getting a lot of feedback. I don't know if somebody has me on speaker, but I'm hearing like a lot of feedback in my ear.
You have a lot of
Um.
headphones. I'm sorry, man.
Anyway, it was amazing to see that. And he was going off on people like a defensive end who would have been a sack, but they weren't calling sacks. Instead of going off on an offensive tackle or a tight end, he'll go clap up John Garvin and say stuff like, "That's why you're the best defensive end in the ACC," or John like Trevon Hill, "That's why we brought you here. That's what we brought you here to do." Stephen Fields is a blessing, man. And I'm grateful for the University of Miami, and he got his master's from UM.
Yeah.
He was a GA under Coach Randy Shannon.
Wow.
Uh, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but he has Hurricane blood in him.
I mean, that's why he
And
left Oregon. He was not in a bad spot. This
right,
is
and you got
this.
to think that was his connection to Cristobal, because while Cristobal was here coaching offensive line, him and Fields worked hand in hand at tight ends. He was a GA under because before Cristobal was offensive line coach, he was tight ends coach, and they Fields was the GA under Cristobal with tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Cristobal got offensive line, he was still a GA for tight ends, as an assistant coach.
Huge. That's huge,
So to
man.
pull him away from Cristobal, who was basically like he's a part of the Cristobal tree, then you know
And y'all
it,
tell
it
me,
was good to be
y'all, I
able to
know
pull.
y'all love the recruiting news. Darnell Washington saw that, okay? He saw that in Kane's Paradise Camp, and he's going to be thinking about Miami a lot. A lot.
Absolutely.
Especially when he sees this Dan Enos offense, as you were talking about utilizing those tight ends in every which way possible. All right. I'm going to try to take in another question. So, let me check. There's one. Okay, I don't have any text messages, but I'll pick one out. Paul, did you see one in the chat that's caught your attention? Y'all throw them up. Y'all throw them up. You love predictions, Order Bullet says. We're our second rotation deep impact players on defense. I think we've kind of touched on that one. Yeah, William Curry says hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Y'all hit the like button. Everyone that's donated, it's a huge help, guys. 140 people watching consistently is just huge. We're just
148.
Wow, we're about to pass 150, man.
Let's
150.
go, Canes. Let's go, Canes fans. Share this thing, man. I'm out here dropping dimes. I don't. Once I know
Yeah.
Coach for NDSU, I won't be able to do as much Canes information. So get it while it's right here. Get it while it's fresh, guys.
Get it while it's available, y'all. And yeah, I got the links for both of these channels. Be sure to subscribe. I don't know what you do if you're not subscribed to Wholesome and Paul. They drop quality content all the time. So definitely. Since when did we have a NASCAR package? Kyle says. Oh man. Oh man.
We've had a NASCAR package since 2017 when John Garvin only got on the field for that.
Yeah.
A NASCAR package means a third down, third and long, pure pass rush. That's when we had Chad Thomas at three technique, R.J. McIntosh at one, Joe Jackson at the other defensive end, and John Galvin at the other defensive end was our NASCAR package. Excuse me. Joe Jackson wasn't on that. It was Trent Harris and
Right.
and John Garvin, 97 and 33, with 9 and 80 was our NASCAR package.
All right.
Especially like your nickel or dime defensive line that comes in, you know it's a pass.
Junior and Big Dog's got a question. He says, I'll tell you my percentage prediction after. What's your percentage prediction how often we are in 12 personnel?
That's a good question.
73 to 77% of the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that because depending on no matter who the quarterback is, we're going to have a lot of 12 personnel. The reason why I have it sub 80% because I think we'll be a pass first team, and sometimes against certain defenses we might really come out in a pure spread and only have one tight end on the field, which is why I say 73 to 77%.
Okay, great question. Good question. Let's see. Someone else up there. Do you truly notice a mental shift in our players? We 50-50 asks. I mean, Put it
That's a
into
tough
words.
question. Tough question to answer because of the fact that I'm not there every day.
Right.
And I'm able because I don't work for the University of Miami, unlike some insiders. I don't work for the University of Miami, so I can't give you a daily update on how did this guy play the day before. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Um, I'm grateful for the people who do their thing. I'm not calling out any particular YouTube channel or any particular article maker or whatever. But understand that if you are being paid by a certain institution, the University of Miami, there are some things you cannot disclose as to how bad or even how good a player is. Like they will filter your article
Right.
out before you put it out there.
Right. Right. So y'all getting the harsh, real deal content here from Wholesome One himself. Wholesome, I think you're frozen there. Oh, there he goes. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
has anyone seen the new offensive lineman that transferred in?
No.
No.
Usman Traore, no.
No. How come no one brought up the Feely effect? Beck's hired. We made this offseason. Virgil, we hit the show off with that. Like that was the number one thing, man. I mean, Wholesome was
Maybe you weren't here, so I'll,
yeah.
I'll go back into it. No problem, boss. Whenever you come into New School Canes, no problem. We're thankful that you are here because this is a blessing to all three of us, man. We came together for a
Yeah,
reason. Um,
absolutely.
we're making strides. All our channels are doing well, so no problem. I'll reiterate what I said earlier. Coach David Philly is among the three corner pieces to the University of Miami that we need to keep for a decade plus. Coach David Philly, Coach Manny Diaz, and Coach Stephen Fields are the three coaches I think Miami needs to still have in 2029, bar none, because all three of them have an impact on the team that's amazing. Stephen Fields in recruiting, David Feely with his connection, strength and conditioning, and Manny Diaz with his plan and his national championship mindset. Okay, Coach David Feely has our players looking amazing. Shaq Quarterman has a six pack.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jordan Miller, defensive tackle, 308 pounds, six pack. And I
gosh,
know you, like I said, it might sound weird me talking about bodies. Like every time I get on here, our
it gets
players
weird.
look like this. Our body percentage is this. But that's because under Golden we look so bad at some positions, man. And
Yeah,
then when
Yeah.
we first think about how Casey McDermott looked when we first switched to those Adidas, and his gut was like tucked. It was just sick to watch our offensive line. Then you turn on Oklahoma, you turn on Texas, you turn on Bama, you turn on Michigan, and these tackles look like tight ends. And you wonder why our offensive line looks so sloppy and disgusting. And we look at other teams and their offensive linemen, they're like the padding right here down, it was no difference, you know. And David Philly has all of these guys engaged. Like Al Blaze Jr., like I said earlier, he got 2 times he made the 20 miles per hour. David Philly did the push-ups in front of everybody. No problem. Um, Even the freshmen who have only been there that have been a part of summer session A and summer session B, you can see the baby fat falling off of them.
Eh,
Jakai Clark looks good to have only been in the system for 2 months or
gosh,
so.
yeah.
What were we gonna say, Anton?
I was just gonna say, and what we mentioned before is keep in mind the weather in Miami outside,
Yeah,
and there ain't no hands on hips breathing and all of that.
right, exactly.
That's just
Um, it was nice to see our players breathing hard, but they kept their helmets on their head,
mm-hmm.
whether it was like over their face or up. They kept their helmets on their head. Besides the story I talked about earlier, which was an amazing story, they were uplifting each other. Even I'll even tell a story about on special teams when they were doing kickoff coverage, and the special teams one of the special teams coaches goes off on a walk on player. Al Blaze Jr., who's on special teams with him, said, "Hey, 48, you might play here, you might never play here, but tighten up, man. We need you."
wow. That's a
So
family
some
mentality,
people
man.
some people might look at that as, oh, he's telling them tighten up, like, oh, he's getting on them. But no, he's saying, hey, we might need you if you ever touch this field. Listen to what coach is doing, and you go out there and you do it to 110%. And I overheard that also. Um, but yeah, man, Coach Feely has all our players looking great, man. Gregory Rozier, who came in at 215, is over 260 now. DJ Dallas has cut off all that bad weight. He was as low as 187, built back up in muscle to 205 pounds. Looks good. Cam Harris is plus 15 pounds, and he looks great. He took off a couple times on first team defense, breaking some tackles. Even though it was shells, he did his thing. So David Philly has done a great job.
Someone threw an interesting comment, and I know we've talked about it before, but now that you've seen the team, been to practice, what's your confidence level of us beating the Gators now, and how close that game will be?
I've always been confident in this game because I know for a fact that Florida lost a lot on their offensive line and on their defensive line. Felipe Franks was a guy who lived off of having a good offensive coordinator and and to be honest with you, they made plays to win games. It wasn't like somebody dropped the game winning touchdown or they had a game saving pick six to help them. Florida made plays last year. You can't take anything from them. Can't take anything from them. But at the end of the day, they can't be beat because I think our defensive line is going to eat. I think they're going to eat.
Great. Yeah. And let's see. Harris will lead the team in rushing this year. I have a feeling he's going to explode. Okay, talk about a little bit about more running backs.
Absolutely. Cam Harris is your starting running back. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I mean, with the case of fumbles, I mean,
the fumbles that DJ Dallas is having. And like I said, respect it. If he has family or friends watching this, I'm keeping it a buck, bro. The man go out there and he fumbled the ball, he shouldn't be a starter.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. If Robert Burns could come in, who hasn't played in 6 years, could come in and hold on to the football, you as a 2-year starter, 1-year contributor, you should be able to go in and hold on to the football.
Definitely.
Cam Harris is a dog. He's a Dade County, Carroll City dog. I want to see him start, a Dade County guy playing for a Dade County team. Much love to a guy from Georgia. And to me, it was crazy to see a guy from Georgia put on for a Miami squad more than some of the kids from Miami. But Cam Harris is doing his thing, and I personally think he's going to start back.
So Judy King says Dallas will be the starter. I don't know.
I think it'll be similar to what DJ Dallas was for Travis Homer. Travis Homer was the starter, and they're basically 1A, 1B, but you saw a lot of both. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Keep this. This is a disclaimer. I think the last 2 or 3 games of the season, when Lingard is 100%, he's going to catch people off guard that they won't see. Duke, FIU, and Louisville won't even know who number 1 is, but he's going to come out of nowhere and run over.
Good.
Yes, sir.
He's somebody I think we could save, keep him healthy until the end of the season, and then have him run ruck shot the last couple of games, and then in the championship,
like
ACC championship, and the bowl game.
Harris's freshman kind of season type of deal.
Exactly.
4-year explosion. 4 last game explosion. Let's see. Well, I got that for Harry saying, please, he's been begging me. I'll let you. You've dropped this one a couple times. Explain the difference between 3.
Okay, hold on. Give me like 15.
You good. He got it away. Y'all keep dropping. By the way, the number up here, y'all can text that number if you want. You could call it in. I will take 1 call in right now if y'all want to call it in. So, first person that calls in, I will take 1 in. Because y'all are talking smack in the chat. Y'all asking questions. So I want to take another question from a fan right up. 145 y'all. So, first person that calls in, I'm going to pick it up. I will pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But y'all can text that number. Y'all keep throwing in the chat. We're going to try to do as many question answers. Keep this one rolling because there's so much to talk about from practice. And Holston one was actually boots on ground right there. So y'all keep it going. What about Jordan Willer? When will we get to see him? Well, all right. Hold up. We got a caller. All right. Let's see if I can pick it up. All right. Let's put him on speaker so everyone here. What's good? Who do we have on the phone line here? Frick you, Google. Come on. All right, let's see if we got him on the phone line. Hey, what's good? This is this New School Kings. Who do you have on the phone line here?
904 Hurricane. What's good, family?
Hey, man. How you doing, brother?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Yo, 904.
It's a great day.
Yes, sir.
It's always a great day to be a King.
I got just a couple topic, so I won't tie your phone line up too long.
All right.
I wanted to maybe see if you guys would discuss Dan Enos versus Dan Mullen's play calling.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
You know, because if all of our players and all of our practices and everybody does what they're supposed to do, and we don't have a lot of penalties and turnovers and we get good quarterback play, it might actually come down to who calls the better game.
Okay. Okay.
That's a great question.
Great
Great
point.
question.
And the other thing I wanted to maybe you guys touch base on is Coach Manny Diaz and how he's changing the culture. But I think that
I can
the
speak to
culture
that.
that's being changed isn't just for the players. I think it's actually for the fans as well, considering how long it's been since we've won and been, relevant, a part of the conversation every single year. We've got young fans that have never even really seen us truly on top. And they don't even know what it's like to have that swag and to be a true hurricane. So I think Manny Diaz is changing the culture, but it's not just with how to play at the University of Miami, how to wear that U on the side of your helmet, but also how to be a Hurricane fan, how to cheer for the Hurricanes, how to represent the Hurricanes. All the above.
Yeah.
If I could just get you guys to talk about those two things a little bit, I would love to hear what you guys got to say about it. I am curious about Wholesom's explanation on the 3 technique, 5 technique.
Yeah.
Trying to educate myself a little more on the subject. And in an earlier video, Paul mentioned Ladson. I think it's Frank Ladson, and how great that guy was. I think he's at Clemson. I'd like to see if he would give me a comparison between him and Jeremiah Payton.
All right, man. You giving us a full list. We're going to dissect this out, and we're going to get back to you all those questions, man. I appreciate you calling in,
All right,
man.
so he said Dan
Thanks for
Enos.
everything you guys do. I just absolutely love you and will support you. And I look forward to possibly meeting up with you guys one day and celebrating our camp.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. August 24th, man. All right,
Good to
man.
see
I'm going
you.
to get you off the phone, but we're going to answer all those questions. I got to roll jotting them down.
Thank you much. Good
All
night.
right.
It's all about the youth.
Yes, sir. All about the youth. Go Canes. All right. First, let's see. First question that I asked about. You
I
ready?
think we should go after the culture change and Manny Diaz to the fans because I can speak to what I saw. This
definitely.
Monday,
So, talk about those.
and then I could let Paul take the OC's comparison battle.
Yeah.
For the first time, Miami hasn't had an open practice since 2003.
Wow. 2003.
Not a spring game, not a scrimmage, not an open come onto our campus and watch us practice. There was kids as young as in strollers, knee high, hold babies, guys in high school, grown adults, old people in wheelchairs, all there to watch our game. He wants to rebuild that connection. Because my thing is, how can you ask them to come and support, spend thousands of dollars on season tickets, and you didn't even reach out to them unless it was for money? What he's done is reach out to them for absolute free and allowing us into the program and to a certain extent for free to come and watch a practice. Like I said, he came by and shook all of our hands, came by and spoke to all of us. The team came by and shook everybody's hand and stayed to the end of practice. Um, uh, and I think that Coach Manny Diaz is changing the culture as a fan and what it means to be a Miami Hurricane, just like he said, but also he's changing the mindset of people and saying we come here to win championships. We don't come here to be a part of the ACC. We don't come here to just win the Coastal. We don't come here just to be good in recruiting. We come here to win national championships, which is the things that Dabo Sweeney spoke about, the things that Nick Saban spoke about in their opening press conferences. At Clemson, nobody saw them being two-time national champions in 4 years. At Bama, nobody saw it being, switching as fast as it did into being a juggernaut for 10, 11 years. Those type of things can happen in Miami, and I think the plan that Manny Diaz has, including the fans, including the coaches, including the recruits, including the players who are on the team, including the coaches, including all of us into this big pot, is what he truly, mixed it all together. And that's when you have national championship mindset and changing the culture. And then in the eyes of recruits, what does this U mean? And he filled the roster with a whole bunch of teachers, but brought in one major recruit in Stephen Fields that have changed the program forever.
Man, that's since 2003, y'all. What's the difference been? What happened in those
16 years? What is that, 16 years?
Yeah, it's huge.
And you know what I mean? When I say open practice, it's not to boosters or donators
Right.
or family and friends. Anybody who wants to buy a ticket can attend for little or no charge. We didn't even have to pay for parking. Just show up.
Man.
Go ahead, Paul.
To talk about Dan Mullen as an offensive coordinator and Dan Enos, a lot of people, I don't know if they forget or didn't know, Dan Mullen won a national title under Urban Meyer as his offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach during 2006. That man can call a game. Now, he does not have a good quarterback. He doesn't have a strong offensive skill set at all. Coach Enos has better quarterbacks in that room than Felipe Franks. Okay? He has a better skill set. He loved in the history. If you look back at Coach Enos's when he calls games, look at that Texas A&M Arkansas game. That was one hell of a game he called. And he
2014. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach Enos loves utilizing the tight ends and running drag routes. He's bringing that from Alabama. He sent an interview. He remembers with Jalen Hurts, they would run a play with Jerry Jeudy. He'd run a drag up the middle. He did that same play with KJ Osborne in the spring game. Look, we have the skill set that's going to make Dan Enos' offense look scary good. Dan Mullen is still having the skill set players that Jim McElwain brought in, guys. That was not a very good recruiting class compared to what Mark Richt's been bringing in on the offensive side of the football. It's just been coaching and play calling that's been holding us back. Look, their offensive line is god-awful. Our defensive line is scary good. Look out for that mismatch, okay? And Felipe Franks, he's very flat-footed when the pocket breaks down. I think Miami has the huge edge. I'm very excited. I think it might be a Notre Dame kind of feeling when the game ends. I don't know. That's just what I'm perceiving right now.
No, if we do that, you think I did the Ray Lewis dance. Lord
right Jesus. But guys, just never doubt Dan Mullen. The man can call a great football
game. He can call a game, yeah. He can.
He is very creative. Believe me, he can fool the hell out of your secondary and your entire team.
And we're young in the secondary, which makes me scared. But to just do a flip on that, one of the keys to this season, besides special teams, like I said, is interior pass rush. Can we get more than 4 sacks out of a defensive tackle? When R.J. McIntosh was here, 4.5 sacks. Gerald Willis was here, 4 sacks. We need Pat Bethel to become a real pass rusher in the interior. We need it. We have to have him rush the passer because Felipe Franks, if he gets his motor moving, he's kind of hard to bring down. And I don't want to see him I don't want to see Shaq having to try to tackle Felipe Franks at 6'5". That's just me. Because I love Shaq, but he's an arm tackler. I don't know if anybody knows. He always runs up like this, like to make it's really weird. Anyway, if we can get some interior, if Pat Bethel can give me 6 to 7 sacks at 3 technique, this can turn into something else. This can turn to a whole different thing. Because John Ford is at 1 technique, Pat Bethel is at 3. If Pat Bethel can give us the pass rush of R.J. McIntosh and the run stop of Gerald Willis, which is tough to ask of Pat Bethel. But if he can give us that pass rush, it'll really take our defense to a whole nother level.
Gosh, man. I love to see it. Slim Shady Cans of $5 Nation. He says, we will hear the Florida fan in Gainesville booing Franks all the way in Florida. Gainesville or Orlando.
But please leave him in because the other guy, Jones, will be tough to defend because he likes to run around a lot, you know.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if we'll see him on the field versus us because it may start.
I think they'll have some packages for him to come in because even in like SEC play, like Georgia, Tennessee, he got some reps.
Yeah. So we expect him to be in packages, but
Okay, let's do a because I mean we're creeping on 2 hours here, and I love it. Let's keep it going, but can we do like a rapid fire? Try to get us some in there.
yeah,
Q
yeah.
and A.
Y'all throw it up, going crazy. Your thoughts on John Ford and Ness that Jay asked the U Family Blaze?
First of all, John Ford is a future top 60 pick if he can really realize that he's 6'6", 290. What I saw Monday was a glimpse of a guy who's a good run stopper. It was hard for them to move him off of his point, but he has to learn how to play like he's 5'10" as far as height and getting down, getting a good hand on people. Because what he does is since he's tall, he gets hands on people and he looks over them to see what's going on, and then just toss them out the way and go make the play. But what happens is when you play SEC teams, when you play Florida State, and Virginia, who low key has a solid offensive line too. When you play people who are the same height as you, and this is what Chad Talmadge ran into, or and Eric Flowers, when we play teams who are the same size as us, you have to rely on your technique and rely on your preparation. What that means is get under this guy and press up against him and use his momentum as you're coming into him, moving him out of the way and manning your gap and seeing what a play is. Instead of looking at him like this and trying to drive him back and look over him, you want to get your behind in your gap, separate yourself from the offensive lineman, and then get off and go make a play in the backfield. If John Garvin can learn to do that, it'll be a whole different. He might make first and second team All ACC also. Nesta, attitude personified. He's a king. You hear me, Paul? He's a king. We invented swag. What that means is you talk the talk, and when you get an opportunity, when you go out there on that field, you walk the walk. I would take a trash talk player who's a dog and makes plays than a quiet killer any day. I hate non-trash talking football players. That's just me. I want you to go out there and let the guy know you're gonna beat him, and then afterward tell him I told you I was gonna beat you. That's the type of players we have at Miami, and I don't want them to change. Nesta, get healthy. When he does get healthy, he's gonna lead the defensive tackles in TFLs this year. I said it once. I said it again.
Wow. He's got to. He's got to. Now, he's in a boot right now, Nesta is, but hopefully that's all precautionary. I think they know that he knows to play. Don't want to waste all of that in practice, especially at this early in fall camp. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll down to see if y'all shooting any more questions. Okay, yeah, Junior Bendog. Appreciate you picking up that question on a 3 technique explanation. Can Mark Pope be our number 3 receiver this year? Brandon Tooks asks.
Ooh.
Number 3.
He might be. Now, see, most people associate number 3 with slot. I think Mark Pope could compete with D. Wiggins to be starting opposite of Jeff Thomas, honestly.
Wow. So he can't take down, you think, and get a starting role. As good as Wiggins has been.
Yes. Mark Pope is. Everyone wants to talk about Jeremiah Payton being the future. Mark Pope is on a whole different level, guys.
Izzy, so you're telling me as of today you'd pick Pope ahead of Payton? Or
Oh, Jeremiah Payton?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And twice on Sundays.
Okay. Okay. Will Nesta have a better year than Willis?
Oh, no. No.
Kyle.
Come on. Come on.
Listen. As far as sacks, not in any way. Because Gerald Willis would take over football games.
Yeah. I mean, 2 guys at a time, man.
No, I don't think that he can do that. What I will say this much. I'm tired of us having just one defensive tackle be great and the other guy just be a guy. I want to have 2 great defensive tackles. Like 2017 was good because we saw Kendrick and RJ. You never know which one would make the play.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Then we get in 2018, it was just Gerald Willis, The other guy was just the other guy. But to answer your question, I don't know if Nesta could Nah. Mm-mm. I don't even know if Nesta's going to start. And you can't not
Sure
start
is.
and have the stats that Gerald Willis had.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I got Miller would be a great defensive tackle this year. Maybe we'll see it.
He'll be a
George,
good defense.
bye
He's a
bye,
good
bye
rotational
bye, George.
defensive.
I put him in a timeout. He's talking too much ridiculous stuff.
Woo! God, thank God. We should have done that a long time ago, George.
I blocked him a long time ago.
Bye
Woo.
bye, George.
You can't let a Gator fan, talk that much in the chat, man. Just disrespectful.
Gotta speak facts, man. None of this SEC being like a freak. Y'all love SEC more than you love your own team. Sometimes it's ridiculous.
Low key.
Like
I have never seen a conference like Big Ten are about tradition and respect, and they don't chant Big Ten. Like they don't. Ohio State never roots for Michigan or Michigan State,
Exactly.
and Miami doesn't. I mean, I like Clemson. They're one of my top four teams, and I root for because I love Dabo. But I'm not gonna say, oh, it's Pac-12 versus ACC, so I gotta root for Virginia because it's
Yeah,
Pac-12
I mean,
versus
like,
ACC.
or like, wow, Clemson won the title. This is it. ACC #1 champs. That don't mean crap. What ACC was garbage last year, okay? Garbage. Who won it? Yeah, Clemson did. So what? So what? Yeah, SEC's this and that, great and amazing. Gosh, I hate hearing it like, oh, SEC ball is on another level. Talk about your team. Talk about your
How are we
team,
looking in
guys.
numbers, guys? Are we dropping or what? What's going on?
We at 150, man. We still at 147.
150.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
people are going crazy. 904 Kane says, hit the like button. Yeah, some say SEC a trash conference, one good team. That's it. SEC's not better than ACC. ACC teams compete. Well, I mean,
Okay, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Because you could put Kentucky, you could put Missouri, and you could put Arkansas in the ACC Coastal, and they win the ACC Coastal.
Yeah, I mean,
they might even be. I mean, they wouldn't beat Clemson, but they would give them a run for their money. Can we please? I'm sorry. I need to say this because I don't think everybody understands. Clemson beating Bama the way that they beat Bama was an anomaly. If they play that game 10 times, you only get one blowout. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. They were better that day. You can't take it away. They made plays, but the quarterback was just lobbing the ball up, and then his receivers made plays on the ball. If you go back and rewatch that game, Bama was in that game. Nick Saban made some really bad play calling as far as going for it for every fourth down. If he kicks field goals, they can creep their way back into that game. Just had to get that out there because for some reason everybody thinks that we have to bow down and kiss Clemson's ring. They're better than us right now, but if you line it up, they still have to play the game. Don't think that they're the 0-1 Canes all of a sudden and they're just gonna go 15-0 and go back to back.
And they
still got to prove it.
People forget how close certain games were for Clemson against not that big of names.
South Carolina was what, a 6-win team, and they threw for 586 yards and 5 touchdowns on them. These people can be beat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's understand. We may not be to that level. I'm not saying that we can beat Clemson right now. But I'm saying I'm not picking us to go beat Clemson. But what I'm saying is any dog will have their day. Bama had their day, but best believe their program isn't dead, and they'll be right back in the conversation this year. And that blowout win was an anomaly. Just like our win over Notre Dame, to be honest, we play that game 10 times. We don't blow them out 10 times. It's just not like that. Perfect timing, perfect taking advantage of what happened in the game, and scoring when the necessary times happen. And that's sometimes blowouts happen.
Now, I will tell you, though, Alabama over here talking like all this trash when they lost the game fair and square. That's different. But that just makes it so much
worse. We just got announced that Huff made it in. He's coming in tomorrow. Let's go.
That's big.
Got a tweet from Cam Underwood on Twitter. Avery Huff confirmed to report tomorrow.
That's huge. Finally.
That's amazing.
This is like the best show ever. I'm not gonna lie.
Avery Huff, y'all.
I mean, we've been on for 2 hours and it doesn't even feel like.
No, sir. I mean, it's about hit 10 p.m. Avery Huff, y'all. If y'all didn't hear, I saw the stream drop for like 1 second. We getting him. It's getting official. And this is from, hold on, let me give credit to the news source article. Tweeted it out. Where'd you see it? You said Wholesome?
I got it. Cam Underwood on Twitter.
Cam Underwood.
He
Breaking
retweeted
news.
like I had him on notifications,
Yeah.
so he retweeted it Twitter. So I don't know how serious it is, but I saw it on Twitter. So we'll see. If Cam's retweeting it, he knows something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's good. That's great to hear. Bolden, there it is. Countdown to Miami. King Sports. Countdown to Miami continues. Bubba Bolden.
How about Bubba Bolden? Is he? I know he's coming. I just don't know when.
They said official. I think Diaz made it sound like it was like in second week or something like that is what it made it sound like. And I guess they know when because I think it's a summer class that he's got to finish. I think that's the issue there, academic really.
Oh yeah, because I think he's either at Miami or at a JUCO right now, finishing the class.
Yeah, he's got a JUCO school that he's doing. He's got a summer class academic, and he has to finish it before it's all official dotted lines. But they know he's finishing it. So I don't know why he didn't give specifics there, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty confident about it. Like week 2-ish, he's gonna be here."
Listen, let's also get this known. Second again, the official sponsor, Flanagan.
The official sponsor.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure I get that in there real close and nice. But let's also get this understood. Robert knows, starting right now, after watching it, is the best thing that could have happened to our secondary.
Really?
Let me explain why. Nobody is given anything. Go out here and earn it. Think about it like this: DJ Ivy after spring, everyone's basically saying he's opposite of Bandy. Who comes in and takes the spot for the first week consistently? Al Blaze Jr. Everybody flat out says Gervin Hall, and Amari Carter, no questions asked. With Bubba Bolden, who comes in and takes first team reps for the first week? Robert knows. It wasn't just one day. It wasn't just 2 days. It wasn't 3 days. For 5 practices straight, has taken first team reps. What that shows me is it's not given to anybody. People might disagree with me. Robert knows on the field is the worst thing. I understand that. But we are not just handing it to Gervin Hall and saying, "Oh, this is your job. Go out there and make your mistakes and we'll roll with the punches." Go beat this man out. He's a redshirt senior. He's been here for 20 years. Go beat him out for the job. If you say you're so good, if you got all these accolades, you're close to being a 5-star, go out there and prove it and take the job from the man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, it's great to hear of just competition, man. Though, like competition doesn't matter. No one's got their spot jotted down. You gotta prove it and earn it, man. It's great to see that. Huge.
Except for Devon Donaldson. The 4 positions nobody could take is Garvin, Pinkney, Shaq, and Devon Donaldson. Everybody else is up for grabs.
Wow.
Even Bandy, some people might disagree, but I think in order for the defensive backs to get better, especially at cornerback, who's going to push Bandy for first corner? We want to argue about playing second. We want to argue about playing nickel. Who's going to compete and say, Bandy, I'm coming for number 1 corner, and you're going to have to fight me to keep that job and force me to cover number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what makes competition great, when nobody feels comfortable.
I'm with you. Yeah. It's huge competition seeing that. And the coaches getting out. I feel like the coaches are competing against each other too, you know, man? Like, they're just, like, getting at it, like you calling them out. It's huge to see that. But, like, the chemistry. Tell me about Baker. I haven't heard, like, I know everyone loves how he is, but what did he like in person, what you saw from Baker?
I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble from saying this, but I didn't really see much of him. Like,
Maybe it's
I saw more.
Yeah.
I saw more Manny Diaz than Blake Baker.
Wow.
There you go.
Interesting. See, I was
Now there was 2 fields with 2 practices kind of going on,
Okay.
but the first team, Manny was hands-on with them from beginning to end. Like,
Good.
Manny is out there going off on the linebackers. Like, you got this guy sitting right next to you. Get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll go make the play. I saw Blake Baker over there with, like, with second team and scout guys. So I didn't hear him. He was on the opposite end of the field.
Okay. Paul, your camera's out, I think.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, okay. That's interesting to see or hear, I guess. Because I haven't heard much from him, and he's not don't want to diss him or anything like that. Like you said, other
That's
side of
why
the
I say
fence.
I hope I don't get in trouble for it. Blake Baker, I love you. Please give me a GA job.
Oh man. Franks will be sacked 3 times at least. Oh man, you should really be. George says you should be afraid if we put another quarterback in there. You have no idea how deep we are at quarterback. We know how deep we
Emory
are at quarterback.
Jones.
Why are we entertaining this guy?
Barely
Yeah,
one pick,
it's
man.
got
Good
to stop.
gosh.
It's got to stop at some point. We're not a Gators show, nor should we bring
You
ourselves
know,
to that level.
Couch is not he balling out, but he ain't pushing Bandy.
I didn't say he was.
Let's see.
Said that Couch is. Oh, maybe he's responding to somebody in the chat. But
Yeah. I'm trying to pull
yeah,
him up.
yeah, yeah. Bethel and Couch are going at it at that nickel. Um, but like I said, in order to be great, you need to be pushing everybody.
Yeah.
Like John Campbell being behind Zion Nelson and nipping at his heels is making Zion Nelson fight hard enough to stay the starter. Then it's making John Campbell keep fighting to overstep him at the starter. Because people seem to understand when we have a QB battle. No, seem to understand when we have a QB battle what it means to have a first, second team, and third team quarterback all battling to become the starter. But then when we start bringing up the competition at other positions, people now they don't know what's going on. It needs to be competition. That's how you become great. To where you like, oh, you think I'm good? Wait till my little brother come in second team. He gonna come and run right past you too. You get what I'm saying? That's what you want. If John Garvey can come in and get 2 sacks against the left tackle, then Javon Hill could come in and get 2 sacks again. Then Javari Harvey should come in and get 1 sack too. Because that's what you start having a rotation and quality depth at each position. That's when you start talking national championship where you can go 2, 3 deep and they play just as good as a starter.
Jay mentioned, what's your thoughts on striker position? Who starts? We've touched on this before, but I'm assuming you didn't hear that part. So touch it again one more time. Striker
Oh,
position.
I'm not gonna call Romeo Finley Troy Polamalu. He's the long locks is a dog. Um, and then Gilbert Frierson flashed a lot Monday. He flashed a lot. Run support and coverage. He's a little flat-footed. So was Amari Carter. When they did one-on-ones, it was kind of tough to watch. Keontre Smith flashed a
Hmm.
lot.
Wow.
He looks like if Jaquan Johnson and Red One had a kid and they put it together. Like
Gosh.
his IQ is high and his
Uh-huh.
speed is quality too. Like they did one of those like I call them the Edelman route where you go in and you do a slant and then you flip your hips and go right back outside. So Keontre like bit down at that and then he flipped his hips with the receiver and met him right out for a simple for in and out real fast and he came and swatted the ball down. He has speed. Keontre Smith is he looks a lot like Jaquan out there.
Lakers all day says Derek Smith or Hall.
Hall.
Hall. Boom. Y'all heard it right here. Which is interesting because if you go by like social media, people keep talking about Smith this and that. Not enough about Hall. You know. Not enough.
I think it has to do with 6'2" and 5'10". Like
I got you.
Derek Smith looks like Cam Chancellor. Then you got Earl Thomas. Like looking at them or pictures of them, you're gonna think one's 10 times better than the other. But what do they bring to the table, and what schemes do they fit into to make them good?
Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna open up the phone lines one more time. Y'all can text this number, but y'all can call in too. Y'all keep calling in because we haven't had a call in. Lines are open, so whoever calls in first, I'm picking up. I'm not picking any favorites. I don't know the caller ID. I don't got that. Boom, y'all throw it up. Will safety from USC be starting mid-season? Kerry Duhart is asking. So you're talking about Bo Bolden starting mid-season?
No.
You don't think so?
I love Bubba Bolden, but from what I saw with Thurman Hall over top, he's gonna have a big competition trying to come and take a job from a guy who's been here and knows our defense.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough time with all this time he's missed until he's transferring. I mean, he still hasn't come up. There we go. Our call coming in. Jacksonville, Florida. All right, let's make sure y'all can all hear him. All right, who do we have on the phone line here?
Dean McAllister.
Hey man, how you doing, brother? What's up? What's your question for us tonight?
What's up, Ian?
What's up, dog?
I just wanted to know if y'all think we're getting Darnell Washington or not.
Oh, okay. So recruiting, tight end, Darnell Washington. Bro, Holson one's giving us the green light on that. Thumbs up. I tell you, if this kid wants to get his career ready for the NFL, Miami's tight end you. It just is. And now with the coaching changes that we've made at tight end, not to say the previous ones were bad, but with what we've got here and the guys he's gonna be under their wings, man, it's a tough argument for him to go anywhere else. I really think we're gonna have this guy coming up over here.
Isn't our tight end coach from last year? Isn't he at Georgia now?
Yeah, Todd Hartley.
Yes. He's over at Georgia now. Which, yeah, Wholesome one, go for it.
That's like a reason that he's like just in Georgia.
Wholesome, go ahead, choose the answer here. What you got?
I think that I take Stephen Fields over Todd Hartley. I take him over Todd Hartley. And it's not about grass being greener on the other side.
Yeah.
But Todd Hartley was a recruiter that let his players go out there. Stephen Fields is a recruiter and a developer.
Okay. So Wholesome one's
Because
saying
for Larry,
he picks Fields over Hartley. I'm repeating it, Tim, so he hears you.
oh, okay. Because for Larry Hodges to only be there for 3 weeks and he's in there playing to a solid standard right now, he's like an honorable mention type player right now.
Okay.
He's already better than Michael Irvin II.
Uncle Lou's in the chat. He says, any chance we get some revenge on Duke? Oh, gosh. Bro, if we touch Duke this year, Ian, hey, I appreciate you calling in and throwing me a question. I got another call coming in. I'm going to try to pick it up too, man. You have a great evening, man. All right. Y'all keep bringing the lines. I'm going to try to pick one up. Oregon was calling me. 904, I think it was.
George, do not pick up.
He ain't from Oregon, is he?
Yes, he is. He lives in Oregon.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, he lives in Oregon. I'm out.
But y'all keep calling in. I'm picking up these phone lines, especially the Florida ones. I'm definitely going to pick up local Florida ones. Y'all
Uncle Lou's a Georgia Bulldog fan?
Yeah.
I don't
Uncle, I think, is a dog fan, so they got the downgrade of Hartley, and we got ourselves a Fields is what's going on.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for them.
Look, is the guy with like
I'm
6,000 subs, right? He's like the UGA
30K.
guy.
30K.
Bro, he picked us to go 8-4. Be gone, bro.
8-4. Good gosh.
I got Georgia going 8-4, so we're even.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say to somebody who's willing to disrespect us like that, and then come to our show.
I think he was trying to add how many more national titles we have than Georgia. So
I
do they even have a national title? I don't know anything about Georgia football. I really don't. I just found out when Mark Richt left that team.
I get in my local news, and I'll tell y'all this: Georgia's getting all their guys going to all sorts of law trouble, all over the place, to the point where Cager's gonna have to start as wide receiver.
Well, I mean, honestly, like if we're being honest, Miami, if stuff was truly reported, Miami would have a lot of those issues back in our past too. Like,
I ain't gonna say we cleaned all that. But basically, Georgia's getting Miami's hand-me-downs is what's going on, man.
Ooh.
That's what's going on. I'll tell you. Cager got tight ends coach.
I hope
Coley
Cager starts there so that he could just give him stop the ball 18 times like he did here.
I'm trying to remember. There's a couple other things that's going on. Georgia's getting hand-me-downs. Smart is replicating Rick's first 3 years. We'll see if he breaks the streak for 4, but I don't know.
Anyway, let's get back to some Canes talk.
But we're going to bet back here. Don Chaney going to be there next year. Oh, man. I cannot wait for Don Chaney, bro. Cannot wait. Which, by the way, we had all these SEC guys, which, I mean, all the best to Martin. But Martin's at an FCS school the last I checked was where he was visiting. Yeah, he's he's not even at a Division I school that I saw once. He posted like one picture, and it was something like low.
Well, that's because he had already transferred within D1. So if he wanted to be eligible immediately, he had to go down.
Right. Right. So that may have been what's going on. Slim Shady King, James Coley. Yeah, Coley's back at Georgia. But there we go. All right, who do we have on the phone? Let's see. We'll pick it up. All right, who do we have on the phone line here? Hold on, let me see if I can hear him. Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah, can hear you.
I ain't doing that. That was George. I ain't doing that.
Thank you.
Bye, George. Bye. George, you want to talk your smack? You got to talk about it. That was no smack. SEC lover, Miami fake fan. That's what he is, man. Yeah, all right. You think our defense lead the nation in total defense? Do you think we have a chance with Justin Flo? Stacey Hall is asking. All right, Flo, no. I don't. You think so? You think we have a chance with Flo now?
I'm gonna say 40% chance.
40%.
Now I can't disclose who I was having a conversation with, but it made me a lot happier about Justin Flo. I'll just say that.
Okay. Very interesting. I see him too much in the Twitter, Clemson. Don't love. But if this is an official visit.
He's also one of those kids that doesn't want to sign early. He wants to sign in February.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's good for us because it gives us time to show him what we can do during the season. USC is going to have another down season. Georgia is going to live up to expectation. And then we play Clemson.
Okay. So, yeah. I'll feel much more confident about Flo part if he gives us an official visit.
He will. He will. He loves. Who wouldn't want to come to Miami? I mean, I know he's from Cali, but come on.
Right. We've got that
We've
Cali
had
pipeline going.
kids.
Kerry Duhart.
Yeah,
What's up with
had-
Avery Huff? He's coming. Breaking news.
Coming in tomorrow,
Yes,
24
sir.
hours.
That's what we're saying. Tomorrow. News broke about, 15 minutes ago or so? All right. We got a call in from Paulstown, Greensboro, North Carolina. Not quite your town, but North Carolina area. Let's see if we can be able to hear him.
Thank God this isn't a USC.
All right. What do we have on the phone line here?
Hey, how you doing? This is Will Kirk. I got a question. I know I'm on topic.
All right. Shoot, man.
Which one of your sorry. Which one of Georgia running backs gonna lead first? Do y'all think? That's my only question. Let's go Kings.
Okay. All
What did he say?
I didn't hear that well.
He asked about running backs. Top running backs, I guess, is what his question was, is what I could make out of that.
Killer Cam Harris for 1,100 yards.
Boom. You're there. All right. I think I had another one. I had an Alabama call coming in. Let's see if we'll be able to pick it up. Call in again, Alabama. I'll pick you up. It's only
Roll Tide, baby.
Oh, gosh. I'm kick you off my channel. You say that kind of
God.
gosh.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
You know who my second favorite team is? Second favorite team.
FIU.
Anybody that plays Alabama. Anybody. Now, there. Disclosure, Miami rivalry teams, no, I'm not going to pull for an FSU top list journey. But anybody, I don't care if you're an A&M tech school, if you play Alabama, I pull them for you. Oh, man. Yeah, Flo did come, Slim Shady. He did come. He knows he can start immediately. It's possible. I feel like he's playing for us. It depends on our schedule, though.
Ooh, that was good. That was awesome. Oh,
I'm sorry. That was so
listen to
immature of me. I'm so sorry. Oh God! Whoever caught on to that, you caught on to it. You did. You did.
Oh man, that was awesome.
I've been watching The Office. I rewatched it. So
There you go.
boy.
There you go. All right, y'all. Phone lines are open. I had Alabama calling in, but I don't see him calling up. So y'all could call in this number right here. If you're wondering what freaking number, right here. Boom. 678 number. Call it in. You can text it too. I'll read the text. I've had several people blowing it up with questions. Uniform prediction for Frisk. Man, we go to uniform predictions now. Jay, I love you, bro, but come on, man. We have fall camp, man. We have fall camp.
So I don't know if you guys would be down for this, but I would love a color smash game, like us in orange and white, and them in blue and white. Like I don't. Maybe it'll look too tacky on the field together, but I would find that really cool. or like our all orange versus their all blue, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, I have a number calling it, but it ain't working.
So I would love us to either bring out the stormtroopers or the white on green. To me,
I think though with the badge that Paul mentioned with on the orange one and the Gators having the same one on their blue, it's pretty set in stone for that. I think it's gonna be.
oh, so you,
I think.
so you think?
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Well,
see
you
them
know
do.
they have to put the patch on all the uniforms. Like they would have to go and report every uniform they're gonna wear that year, and they put the patch on.
Right, right. So, I don't know. I really feel like that it's kind of a hint too. Maybe it's just me.
Oh, you're saying it's a hint to both teams wearing their home uniform.
Yeah, yeah. It would make sense too with the whole 150 rivalry game type of deal. Even though maybe not because you don't want to go alt too much. It's what I'm thinking. That's just my guess. All right, hold on.
True, but then I think we both share orange. So if we were to do then Miami should wear the all green and Florida should wear the all blue.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
I'm with you
But
on
I
that
think
though.
we should have our traditional helmets though. Like, please don't bring out the Miami Knights for that game. Please, like I love all black, but don't waste them on a home opener that you don't even know if you're gonna win. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right. All right. My phone is going off for some reason. It's dropping every single call because I have 20 calls coming in at the same time. Let me see if I can try to call one back. All right, let's see. Where's the Alabama call? 'Cause that was Kyle, and I want to hear Kyle. I know Colson wants to hear Kyle.
Kyle's a good guy, man. He's a good kid. He on my channel a lot too. He's a good guy.
All right, let's see if we can get him here. I think I got him here. Boom. All right. Kyle, what's good, man? How you doing, brother?
Finally.
I'm sorry, dude. I had 20 calls coming at the same time, and it kept blocking you off. So, I mean, good and a bad problem there. But I appreciate you calling in, man. What you want to talk here? You got questions for us?
Well, basically, like what y'all were talking about earlier between the offensive coordinators and everything. I mean, what I've actually realized and everything, Dan Enos, when he did all that crap at Arkansas that he did that with like a lot less talent than what Dan Mullen had even at Mississippi State.
Right.
And after comparing Dak Prescott to Felipe Franks, Dak Prescott was a hell of a lot better than Franks was, and he still didn't win the big games.
Yeah. He did not. But that's a very valid point. I'm with you. And Arkansas talent, I'm glad you brought that up, and how he utilized those quarterbacks and tight ends, and then you take Miami's roster with our quarterbacks and tight ends. Oh gosh.
And the recruiting base.
The thing
Woo.
I could probably really say different between Miami's offensive line and Arkansas's offensive line is I think Arkansas's O-line really averaged 315 plus. I mean, every single one of them.
Yep. Exactly right. I'm with you, brother. Wholesome.
Now, go ahead.
Sorry, Wholesome just stepped away. I think, the game evolves and changes, but I knew the Arkansas style that they had and what athletes they were dealing with. This effect that Eno says, he's going to know his game. He's ready. And this playbook, I mean...
I'm sorry, was a question for me?
It was kind of just in general stated,
Okay.
comparing the offenses.
Sorry, I had to refill our sponsor.
Yes, sir. Flanagan's, our sponsor. Gotta move out of the way. Paul, your cam's off. What's on the drink menu? Flanagan's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Y'all, we hit in about 2 hours, 20 minutes, or dropping down. I'm gonna try to summarize this up here. It's been an amazing show. Guys, this has been
This has been a very good show.
just broke all the records. 150 people watching, people donating, Wholesome one, dropping gold nuggets, diamonds all over. It's getting late night, but man, y'all keep it ready. Musical Canes, fall camp is here. We're going through a quarterback battle, every position battle heating up. And we keep it real here, guys. We keep it real. Appreciate Wholesome and him being boots on the ground and his knowledge. Huge shout out to that.
Standing ovation.
Hey, yes, sir. Special shout out to our sponsor, Flanagan's. And
Yeah.
Woo!
Keep it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Paul as well with his analysis, critiques, great questions, and all. Y'all have been at it, blowing up our questions and answers. Phone lines were down. You're calling so much. I couldn't have asked for any more. Be sure to be here Tuesday night, every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. New School Canes tune in here. We'll be here. If you want news outside of that, below we'll drop the link. Holson's putting his hand up. We might change the schedule around. Is that what you're telling me right now? What's up?
No, no. What I'm telling you all is make sure you stay tuned to this channel next week, Saturday. We will have a show that will knock your socks off. Next Saturday, not this upcoming Saturday, but next Saturday, we will be hinting at and also doing some promotion. Okay, I'll let the cat out of the bag. We're going to do a collab. And I think that you guys are going to really like who we collab with.
It's gonna
All
be.
I'm going to say is there's the worst hurricane out there. The worst category is a category 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's all I'm going to say.
It's all about
Category
the year, y'all.
5.
Category 5. Peace out, y'all. Go Canes.